Hello.
Okay, we are live. All
We're
right.
live.
Okay. Yeah. A very good evening to all of you, and welcome to our second WigglyCup Asia series. Yeah, I'm here with Aaron today.
What's good, Jellyqueen? My name is Aaron. You guys know me as Aaron Brawl. And we're really excited to bring to you WigglyCup Asia number 2. So our second tournament this year. We had a really successful first tournament, and I'm really looking forward to some intense games today, Jellyqueen. What about you?
Yeah, me too, Aaron. And looking at the brackets, I think that it's gonna be a really exciting time. We're gonna be seeing some competitive plays and hopefully some funny plays as well.
Yep. So let's just take a look at the brackets real soon, and I think we see a couple of familiar faces.
Indeed. Who do you have an eye on? Because I see Doge Gang, CNM. These are people that have signed up before in previous tournaments and are forced to be reckoned with. So glad to have you back.
Definitely glad to have you guys back. We're gonna be in line for a really nice set of games today. I think the first people we're gonna be spectating is CNM versus Toxic Spinners, if I'm right, and I think we can go ahead and look at the lineup of maps today for at least for our round of 32 and 16. And yeah, so let's look at the maps.
Alright, so the first map that we have today, set 1, we'll be playing Hot Zone. And this map is a really fun time because it's just one Hot Zone circle. There's so many choke points, like in the middle, the left and right. What kind of brawlers do you think we'll be seeing today? Because I'm betting on a Sprout.
Sprout? I think a Sprout is a really, really strong pick, especially if you can get your wall down and block off one of these 3 choke points on either side. I think it's a really strong pick. I mean, having the draft phase as well will mean that only one of the teams will be able to pick a Sprout, and it is susceptible to a couple of counters, so we'll have to see how the teams play that out. I believe our first team is in the process of getting ready to play this map, in the draft mode, that is. Just a sneak peek that next or in the future we will definitely be incorporating the draft phase, so you guys don't miss out on this important decisions made by the teams involving the bans and the picks. So
yep, indeed. So are the teams in lobby right now? They're in the drafting phase right now?
I
so
would
expecting them soon, right?
That's right. We'll probably be spectating them very soon. So let's see if we can take a look at our lineup for today. Our first game will probably be CNM versus Toxic Spinners. Yeah, so this is the whole bracket. So the first match we're watching is right at the bottom towards the right side over there, CNM versus Toxic Spinners. And I mean, we do have a couple of teams who are going to get an early bye, which is basically a free round if you think about it, because of the uneven number of participants and registration. So the winner of CNM versus Toxic Spinners will be facing Goodfellas, and I know it's a very intense first game. We have CNM and Toxic Spinners, both with some very reputable players who have made it towards the monthly finals. I think maybe we can get a player list and the names as well. I believe
CNM can tell you more about them. Yeah.
Yep. CNM does have a couple of strong players like Kid Drunken and Cryptic, if I'm not wrong. Toxic Spinners include Walkthrough, which actually did qualify for the monthly finals, but was disqualified, unfortunately. So it's going to be a very intense first game. I mean, just a disclaimer here, we did not set these brackets. These are automatically generated, so we have literally no say in like the matchups. There's no seeding. Maybe it's something we could do in the future for future Asia Cups. Yeah, and
indeed. Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Anyways, for those people who advance, we can maybe look at the prize pool, because I mean, it's the prize. We want to see what you get.
Yeah. Actually, I think the match is about to start. Maybe we can head over and watch that as the first game commences. Maybe we'll look at the prize pool a bit later.
Alright.
Yeah, so what we have today, we have a Leon and a Crow. Looks like CNM Not really getting, it's really close now, 40 to 43%. But just as I say that, Toxic Spinners has only one brawler left, Sprout. Just as we mentioned, Sprout with the ability to kind of block off the walls, but looking at CNM's composition, it looks like they're not running any wall breakers, so I mean the Ruffs is being the only wall breaker will have to use his wall breaks pretty decisively.
Indeed, look at Walkthrough with 20 HP to spare. He barely stays alive there. He uses that little corner to kind of keep his positioning. We're currently up at 83% for Toxic Spinners. Are we right?
Yes, yes, and some big kills. That was some big kills. It's a team wipe, in fact, thanks to the teamwork between Zhenglin, Walk, as well as Awfully. That might give them a chance. 89%, they are still in the lead, but Leon's popping his super, getting some of the zone and sneaking up towards the Sprout.
The Sprout is
not
dead.
able to find him, and he falls, but Walkthrough comes into the middle of the zone, tries to take up Leon, but not enough. What an intense first game. I mean, we saw the tables turn like 3/4 into the game. That was a very close game, I would say, for a first map and the first round. Anyway, we'll be going into our next.
It almost came back though, so it was pretty close.
They did. It was pretty close. Anyways, into our second game. Let's see whether Toxic Spinners changes anything up.
Yes, indeed. So I think having that Ruffs pick is really important there, because you can break the walls, and having his gadget as a barrier is kind of a counter to Leon as well. Like,
yep, definitely.
You just need to use so much of your ammo to take that out. And Sprout having that Garden Butcher, correct me if I'm wrong, gadget to create those walls. It's gonna make it so hard for long range brawlers like Bell and Byron to shoot their shots. But
yeah, now we actually see
at a strong start now.
Yeah, Zhenglin actually got some important kills on both Leon and Bell, and now they have full map control with the Sprout wall down. Walkthrough also deploying all of these rough power-ups, and wow, we actually see Awfully jump in there, unfortunately suiciding, but not without bringing down Vex as well. And now we see a huge lead for Toxic Spinners, 80% to 5%. It's looking very bleak for CNM as they try to get this control, and they all fall one by one. This game is all but over, Jess.
They're in shambles, honestly.
Yeah, it's a huge turnaround as compared to our first game. And now we're tied 1-1.
I think it's because Toxic Spinners has a very control comp, so having that early positioning helped them to really like advance and gain that momentum to gain those hot zone percentages up. And yeah, it was really such a huge turnaround, because CNM started off really strong with the Sprout walls, zoning them off, but perhaps it was a change in lanes. In the first game, Leon was on the left lane and he swapped lanes with the Byron, taking mid now, so that made it much easier to pinch the Sprout. And Zhenglin goes down. It's a team wipe, actually.
Not quite, but
he almost died.
But I mean, if you saw Vex at that point, I believe he knew that Zhenglin was gonna die. The Sprout was down, but he did not expect a bounce, which caused him to die. Actually, that single bounce.
Sad.
It was very sad. And now we see Cryptic eating through these bags yet again in an attempt to take out Walking up, going to super in, but falls. And we see yet again a very strong control in favor of Toxic Spinners.
Indeed, the Sprout wall's just going up and up and up. It's preventing the Byron and the Bell from pushing up. The Leon really has to do something to get the Sprout over there, but he's having so much trouble.
I think Crow is
actually goes
actually...
in with a really ballsy jump.
Yeah, he's just stalling at that point. 100 to 0. What a convincing win in favor of Toxic Spinners. That was a huge turnaround, Jess. Don't you think? Like, as compared to the first game where they lost, I mean, it wasn't looking too good, but if you think about the draft, I think they kind of realized, we have a Sprout and they don't have a wall breaker, and we control all the wall breaks. I think they might have had an accidental break with the Ruffs super in the first game, in the first round, where they actually broke some of the walls which Sprout was actually using so well in the second and third round to completely zone off CNM's potential to even have a comeback.
Yeah, it was probably a misplay by them, but this goes to show how strong control comps are right now. As long as you have that early game advantage, you can just really pretty much win the rest of the game. But you know, hot zone is there's a possibility for a turnaround. It's all about positioning.
Yeah, well, not this time around. I mean, the hot zone set does go to toxic spinners. So looking at our next map, we will be facing Brawl Ball. I think it's a showdown in Brawl Ball, if I believe. Map coming right now. So yes, it is Sneaky Fields in the second round. What do you think about this map, Jess?
It's very sneaky indeed. Look at all those bushes. We'll definitely be seeing a Rosa, I hope. Having a Rosa to, you know, use your super and score the ball is so strong here. And probably some tanks, I would say.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think tanks are very strong. Rosa especially, but I mean, it's kind of risky to go Rosa as a first pick. I mean, now that we have the draft phase, the draft complete format coming into place, when you go Rosa first pick, you're kind of showing your entire hand, you know, because that is your trump card and that's the secret to victory. So I think
that is true. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, players do need to be a lot more careful in the order in which they pick these brawlers. I mean, we all know that Rosa can be really devastating. But I mean, if the enemies go something like Bee, Spike, and Amber, it's not gonna be a fun game for Rosa on this map. So
Indeed.
we have to look at the way they strategize their picks and the order. Like I mentioned previously, the draft viewing is not. We haven't really come to that level of production just yet, but we will be trying to do that in the future. Anyways, so yeah, Rosa is definitely very strong. They probably might go for some safe first picks. I'm thinking maybe Crow or Spike, some very neutral picks which could either work in either way, in favor of either team. But nonetheless, like tanks, you're right, they're super strong in this map. Even like a Daryl first pick, I wouldn't be surprised.
If a Daryl just rolls on me, I think I would just give up.
Daryl in your face is not not a situation you want to be in.
Pro is super in meta right now, so he will definitely be picked here. I hope so. And yeah, Spike too. He's a counter to tank, so being a tank kind of map, I hope to be seeing some counter tanks as well.
Yeah, and I mean, this is in the background, but the bans, I assume the bans are... Fang is almost always going to be banned, as well as maybe Eve, because Eve is very strong in certain maps. Maybe not on this map in particular because of the number of bushes. You know, Eve is kind of like a sharpshooter more than an anti-tank kind of brawler, but Fang can work either way. You know, like he can work well against tanks with his stun ability, and he also can do pretty well in a long-range map where his super can come in really clutch against these low HP brawlers. So I expect these brawlers to be banned. Maybe not Eve this time around, but even if it isn't banned, I really don't expect it to be in play.
Indeed. So I guess now we're waiting for the second set to start. So maybe we can take a look at the prize pool.
Yeah, let's look at the prize pool. So we didn't actually get to cover that earlier. And what is the prize pool for today, Jess?
Well, in first place we have 60 USD and in second we have 30 USD. Well, this is a community kind of tournament, so just play for the fun, you know, enjoy the time that you spend with your friends. You know, if you're looking to get into the competitive scene, joining community tournaments like this is a great way to get the feel of what it's like playing in a tournament style. So yeah, we have a WigglyCup Asia Series 3 and 4 coming up. So if you didn't get a chance to sign up this time, don't worry about it. And it looks like we're in game actually. So taking a look at the comps, Team CNM has indeed run a Rosa, Ems, and who's that? What about Max? Yep.
Max. Yeah.
Whereas Toxic Spinners have run a Spike, a Byron, and who's the last one? Oh, Fang.
Yeah.
You didn't ban Fang, Aaron.
Yeah, it's quite a pick, Fang. I'm not sure what was going on. I don't know whether an Eve was banned or maybe a Crow might have been banned. Because a Crow would definitely work well into a Max and a Rosa to completely stymie a push. And just over here we see Max going in, Rosa trying to walk in but doesn't get it. But Cryptic with a double kill. What an easy goal. I think that was super well played by Team CNM.
Indeed.
Yeah, and now we have Rosa going in with the gadget as well to completely reveal everyone in the bushes. actually falls to walk through over there. Don't mind me, it's walk through. As I remember, Vex with a very nice shapeshifter doesn't quite manage to stay alive. Rosa going to not opt to corner the ball right now. Okay, he is going to corner the ball. We're kind of low. Cryptic actually gets tapped by Zhenglin, and as a Byron that take damage, he knows he's going to die. Vex and Rosa trying to hold the control on the bush of their side, waiting for Cryptic to spawn. I believe Vex will probably go in with some speed over here,
but Fang burst. That's the burst we're looking for.
Yeah, and I think Vex will.
I believe we have a goal.
A bit too long to respond, and wow, we actually didn't see Toxic Spinners score the first goal. We did, and it was very early in, but that was a very convincing 2-1 in favor of Toxic Spinners. I think they had, like, after CNM scored that goal, it looked like they were really struggling from the map control.
Indeed, they were just waiting for the right opportunity to get in, you get the ball in. I could see them pushing up slowly, building their supers, and eventually when the Fang called his super shot, and everything just came into place, you know.
Yeah, that's the impact of Fang in this meta right now. It's such a game changer, you know, with the super and the stun. Look at that, he just takes Cryptic out just like that. And Vex popping up.
It's lagging there? He kind of stood in the bush.
Yeah,
I'm very sure.
Maybe he was uncertain, but that was not a good sign for CNM as Toxic Spinners take control of the ball and the entire map basically. And now they're just scouting in the same position they were just now. CNM wasn't looking too good.
Look at that sneaky pick that he had. Vex uses his gadget to dash away, and currently a 2v2 right now, but both players are really, really low. I believe Toxic Spinners do want to try to push up, but it's a little hard where the ball is. They're kind of waiting for walkthrough to spawn, and here he is. He's about to take out Cryptic again. He does have his super up now. Awfully manages to get the ball.
Walkthrough with a huge kill, passes it down.
Let's go.
Guys, did you see that? Oh my goodness.
That was amazing teamwork.
That was so well played. I feel like they were just all in sync. Like, it didn't even look like a goal was going to happen until like they were very aware of walkthrough's position and they managed to capitalize on that. But now, how the tables have turned, walkthrough falls, awfully falls.
Wow. Vex scores the goal.
Huge, quick response with a goal of their own. CNM not willing to fall down so easily as Vex takes control of the mid once again.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I didn't expect them to score that because Awfully was just farming his supers. He managed to get 2 supers up on the Rosa, but somehow the left lane, the middle lane managed to push up. Walkthrough gets the ball actually, but will the 2 spawn in time? I see a thumbs down. It is a goal.
Thumbs down and a bit of a cheeky spin there. Walkthrough knowing he finessed CNM right there. And that is gonna be a very quick 2-0 in favor of Toxic Spinners. Congratulations, you guys have made it through one of the hardest rounds possibly in this tournament. I mean, the seeding, the brackets were just unfortunate that you had to face such a high caliber opponent, such an intense match. I mean, I really feel bad for CNM as well. I mean, they are a monthly final standard team, and having to face another team of the same caliber on the first round is just extremely unfortunate. But well played, GG's. We'll see you next time around, hopefully. And yeah, and that will be Toxic Spinners progressing to the round of 16.
Indeed. They had a shaky start, but they managed to come back. I think overall, it wasn't really like a skill diff because, like you said, these two teams were really strong. They had monthly finalists, but maybe it was the comp, maybe it was how it was played. And it's okay. GG's go next, you know?
GG's go next indeed. Very common term here in Singapore. GG's go next. It's like, you know, it's over. GG's like, that was it. We tried our best, you know, kind of thing. All in good spirit. So, just a correction from just now. Just now we were looking at the prize pool. The prizes are actually in SGD instead of USD. A bit of a typo on our side. Please forgive us. It's our first time around doing this new style of production. And we hope to have more improvements coming up soon. So, wonder whether the teams are ready for the next round. What team are we spectating? Do we need a break? Let's hear from our production pretty soon. Meanwhile,
the next team that we will be spectating is Doge Gang versus someone. Is the team name someone or are they someone? Okay, we'll update you about it. But hopefully
let's take a look at the
The brackets?
Yeah,
Okay.
the brackets. I
Alright,
was
let's
just about
take
to
a
say
look at the
that.
brackets.
So, yeah, these brackets have been updated. We see a few teams have progressed onto the round of 16. Take it away, Jess.
I see. Okay, so looking at the top left, so it seems like Blitz Icicle got a free win there because of the uneven team signups, but does that mean they will be going against Tour de Force?
No, they will be going against the winners of Penguin Gang and Just for
Oh, Penguin.
Fun.
Yes. All right.
And then
Okay.
the winners of that will face Tour de Force, actually making it very quickly to the quarterfinals, as well as Extra Toxic Boys. They managed to take down Death Force in their first round of 16.
Indeed. Okay. It seems like we have some good progression here. Really, really fast on everyone's side. So good job and good luck to all of you. We'll be heading on to our quarterfinals really soon, Aaron. That's really fast.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts about it? Like, who is there a team that you're betting on?
honestly, I'm not too sure about the specific rosters of every team, but I know for a fact that Toxic Spinners will probably make it to at least the quarterfinals, if not semi, or they might even win the whole thing. I think Extra Toxic Boys as well. Some very strong players from India.
I see.
Not too sure who was in Blitz Force, but I'm definitely keeping an eye out for these two teams, Extra Toxic Boys as well as see Walk. Who's Walk's team again? I literally have short-term memory loss. Please forgive me. Toxic Spinners. That's right. Toxic Spinners and Extra Toxic Boys. These are the teams I'll be keeping a lookout for. And yeah, it looks like we'll be going for a bit of a break pretty soon. And we'll be back to you in the next round, which will be, remind me again, just it's Doge Gang versus
Someone, which we were. Okay,
someone.
it's still in tandem. We'll update you guys, but we're going on a break because some of the teams are still playing it out right now, and we need to fix some of our graphics. And hopefully, when we are back from the break, we can show you the updated maps or updated brackets. Yeah, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
See you guys soon.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for waiting. Okay, so just want to update you all about the brackets. It seems like the team progression is a little uneven. So some people are already ready for quarterfinals, but whereas some others are still playing their games, and it's okay. We just spectated a 2-0 sweep as you know, we just saw CNM versus Toxic Spinners, right?
Yep.
So it's possible some teams will take longer. That's okay. But in the meantime, these are what we have right now. So a big congratulations to 24, Toilet Warriors, Toxic Spinners, TTP Army, and Extra Toxic Boys for making it the furthest in the competition so far. So
Yep, quarterfinals is indeed a good place to be in as we wait
it's a
for the
flex, you
other
know,
team.
Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, like, where did you get? How far did you get in the Claxon tournament or in the
Hey, yo.
WigglyCup Asia? I got to quarterfinals easy. I mean, like, honestly, for a team like Toxic Spinners, I don't think it's been such an easy journey. I feel like, I just can't get over that game just now. I feel like they outdrafted TNM on Dueling Beetles, maybe even as well on Sneaky Fields. I feel like Sneaky Fields was winnable though, if you think about it. But that was an
Yeah, it was.
intense set of games. Anyways, some updates. So we do have the next thing we're going to be watching is Geek Fam versus Penguin Gang. Penguin Gang. So we have a fam versus a gang. It will be an interesting matchup. So basically, if you guys don't know, Geek Fam have been consistent finalists, or not finalists, but they've been consistently participating in our Claxon tournaments, in WigglyCup in particular. Geek Fam, we all know Drago as well as the other Geek members, and Penguin Gang is Divyansh and his team. So this will be an interesting matchup. Both are very strong teams as well. Once a fam, always a geek. Hashtag Geek Fam. And I don't know what Divyansh is, but I just know there's like penguin emojis everywhere, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be an intense one. Some familiar names. Both teams, I believe, have made it pretty far in previous tournaments. I think it's going to be close. So why don't you give us a breakdown of the roster, Jess?
The roster for Geek Fam?
Or either team. Maybe Divyansh's team? Penguin Gang?
Divyansh's team. Okay, alright.
Yeah.
So he's the team captain, and following that we have Kaven, Jaj, very creative name choice by him, and their player 4, which is Tornado. So if any of y'all know them, you can give a shout out. I think they're an Indian team, right?
I believe so. They are from India.
Yeah, it's really heartening how, like, since we're based in Singapore, like, you guys who are not based in Singapore have signed up for our little tournament, so it does mean a lot to us. Thank you so much for that and your support.
Yes, thank you so much. I believe, it's going to be a battle of the regions, if I'm right.
Hey, yo, strong words there, but yes, I love the competitive spirit, Aaron.
Yeah, I do believe that each player does need to have one local person from Singapore to play.
Yes, correct.
But it will still be, server matters come into play, like who has delay and who doesn't, and it can also comes down to who has a better draft and who doesn't. Because in situations like this where the server actually affects the gameplay, that's when stuff like outdrafting can really come into play. For example, if you don't have servers but you have a very, very strong outdrafted comp, like you beat them hands down, each of them, all of your brawlers counter all of their brawlers, which should, by the way, never happen in a draft mode. But if that's the case, I mean, even with delay, even with 100 ping, you should still be able to win. And that's also a test. Each game doesn't only come with mechanical skill now, thanks to draft phase.
Indeed. I think in the competitive scene, ping has been the topic of a lifetime. But I mean, there's so many factors that go into a win. It can be really the skill, it can be the comp, the map, everything, how you want to choose your duels on the lane. There's just so many factors, which is why Brawl Stars is so fun. I love Brawl Stars because it's just such a co-op strategy kind of thing, you know. It's no
Yeah.
fun when you're playing a solo game like
Mm.
freaking Candy Crush, okay? So all of y'all random people who just clicked on our stream on the YouTube Explore page, download Brawl Stars now and try it
And
out for yourself.
delete Candy Crush.
Yes.
Terrible. If you want, you can download Valorant too, but don't delete Candy Crush.
Indeed. I
Anyways,
saw a team called 24, so that's after Valorant. So shout out to all you Valorant players. In Geek fam, we actually have Drago, which is Aaron and I's friend, and he plays Valorant as well. So
yeah.
Yeah.
If you play Valorant, you'll naturally be decent at Brawl Stars. That's kind of how it works. So if you play Valorant and you don't play Brawl Stars yet, go ahead and download the game. You will be good at it, I promise.
that's called turning on hacks.
That's called turning on hacks. The hacks, the passive hacks, you know, that exist but nobody knows about because it's ingrained in you from another game. Game sense, which is like developed in Valorant, can be applied to Brawl Stars and you don't even know what's happening in the background. Well, anyway, we had some insider info. So actually, just for the information, I'm also a competitive player. I'll be playing in the next monthly finals, and it looks like I just had some inside info that Geek Fam actually they have been training and they've been coached under a monthly finals player as well. I'm not gonna say who because I think that's kind of
Oh my.
like we have to keep it a secret, you know. We have to maintain the element of mystery. Well, Geek Fam has been training under a monthly finalist's watch, and a confident one I can say for sure. I can't say who, but you know, I bet that they are gonna try their best this time around. I don't think they made it that far last time due to a pretty hard matchup as well. But let's see how far Geek Fam can get this time around. Let's see if they can take down the Penguin Gang.
Yeah, really props to them for their loyalty to our little community tournament. They've signed up for so many of them, and despite not being able to get that win, coming back and trying again is really the spirit that you should have, especially if you want to try to make it into the competitive scene. So, and Aaron being a monthly finalist, why don't you tell like our viewers how it's like how are your trainings like? I'm sure some of them would be curious. What's the day in the life of a competitive player? You know, because I want to know too.
Well, one thing I can say for sure is that it isn't easy and it doesn't come with a lot of hard work. To be able to consistently make it to the monthly finals is not easy. You have to have either insane talent to be able to not like practice. I believe that there are people who exist who are like that, where they're just naturally good at games like Brawl Stars and they don't really need to train as much. But if you're like the vast majority of us, you do need to practice a lot of scrims every week. You know, I have sometimes up to 4 or 5 scrims in 1 week, and each scrim will probably be around at least 1.5 hours and up to like 2.5 or even 3 hours before, and it can get really intense. It's really a lot of thinking now that the draft format has come into play. There's a lot of thinking, overthinking as well, a lot of underthinking, you could say, like you're not considering enough options, and a lot of strategy that comes into play thanks to draft phase. So all of these things come into play, and it's not as easy as it looks, but it does require a lot of hard work and effort to be able to consistently form good drafts and execute, perform well mechanically, stay up to standards. Like you need to be able to dodge curveball, you need to be able to know how to time your shots, how to conserve ammo, when you should be shooting the high safe and when you should be shooting the brawlers, when you need to play passive as a gem carrier and when you need to go aggro when you only have 2 stars on your head in bounty. There's a lot of factors which come into play. A lot of experience would definitely help when you're trying to make it to this level of competition. I mean, definitely in Asia, we're not as high as the other regions, but we are slowly making our way there, with a lot of scrims from East Asia also helping us reach that level.
The very good advice from Aaron. So if you want to hear more and like see this advice like come into action, you can go watch his Twitch streams. Like he actually streamed one of his streams the other day, and it's true that practice does make perfect. I saw you choosing Grom. I was
It's not my choice. I follow my captain's orders, alright? So I honestly didn't really want to play Grom, and I was like, Grom is a bit sus into their comp, but as a player, you just gotta trust your captain in certain situations. You can't have 3 people trying to direct how a team should play and what comp they should run. So I just had full trust, and like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, it's only a scrim. It's if we lose, it's nothing. We just lose one red word in our battle log, nothing else. It's not like we're losing money or anything like that. It's just experience with time. Yeah.
Yep, indeed.
Grom.
So if any
Grom
of you
on
guys,
Twitter,
oh
forgot.
Grom, oh my gosh, wait, there's this. I saw a meme about Grom. Okay, if I find it, I'll like show you guys. But it was pretty funny, and I feel like the Brawl Stars Reddit is pretty hilarious as well. Like you could get a good laugh out of it. But okay, anyways, hopefully we will be starting really soon. But in the meantime, I don't think we talked about the third set of maps. So we went through Dueling Beetles, we went through Sneaky Fields, but we didn't go through the third one. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so our third map, we have Double Swoosh, a really fun jab grab map. Another map that's full of all these bushes, and there's a lot of choke points here as well, especially on the lane. I think Tara and Pam, maybe Leon would be a really good pick right here. And you can definitely get some sneaky pulls if you do play Jean as well. What do you think about this map? Because I saw you playing Pam, I think. And you were trying to push the right lane for the hardest and the longest time.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it goes. Hopefully we do see a map coming up, the Double Swoosh. We'll see a bunch of comps. Jean is really strong in this map. Just putting it out there, you know, with the right balance, Jean is really strong. But I believe our game has started, so let's go ahead and look at Dueling Beetles.
Oh, look at that dash. That's the first thing that I saw by Tornado. Very nice pick on the third. I can't remember. Oh, Void. Yep. So we see Void going down there. He manages to respawn, and they have such good positioning right now. Penguin Gang.
Yeah, and it does look like we're seeing. Oh, what
it's
a dash by Tornado! Wow, I thought that Gale Super was gonna be huge over there. He had all three brawlers in their radius, but you know, looking at Tornado, he's like, he knew it was a threat, and he's like, I am not gonna allow this to happen, and he just
timing on that was
straight in. And yet again, Jess, we see like the Sprout pick coming in so strong, like that early control. Look at Geek Fam, they only managed to get 10% that entire game.
Really fast to sweep.
It was, and I don't know whether it's the Sprout pick, and like Sprout and Fang in the same comp. It's like a bit sus with the drafts. I feel like Geek shouldn't have allowed such a strong combination to happen. They do, however, have a Rush and a Gale and a Byron, which are all very strong meta brawlers, but I feel like they need to clean up on their execution here. I feel like they really need some good wall breaks by Drago to you know, reduce the effectiveness of Sprout on this map.
Indeed. I think all eyes on Drago. He's trying to get his super up. He's been trying to pinch Tornado for the longest time, but seems to be having a little bit of trouble there. And in the last game, a Geek Fam's walls actually went down, but it didn't even matter because the Sprout could just keep on pushing and pushing behind the first ever like base wall there, the first one. Yeah, so I just feel like it's such a back and forth at this point, and
yeah, but
needs to clutch it up there. Plus, it's a comp diff, because Spike is getting such excellent value as well. Look at Tornado going in, and oh, he manages to get taken out there, so that's really nice on their part. But there's just so many things going on.
Yeah, I think you have to give it to Geek over here. They managed to get 60% from a mere 10% the previous game, and I feel like they're handling, you know, Tornado as well as the Sprout a lot better than they were in the first game. Drago got a huge wall break early on the left side, and that's giving them a lot more space than they otherwise would have. And I feel like Arya going in now with the huge stun
really
gets
nice
almost a double kill. Wow, and 85 to 38%. Not looking too good for Penguin Gang over here. Looks like Geek fans might have found a strategy into winning this. Well, let's not speak too soon. Kaven manages to
5%.
to take him down. Let's see whether Geek Fam can hold the control in this situation.
Yes. Oh.
Tornado going in. Double.
I feel like as long as they get the Sprout, they can kind of win, because Sprout was the one that was holding that control area for so long. But it was a great turnaround. I think despite the fact that there was a comp diff, how they played it was way better than the first match. I think the Gale really needed to go aggro there, and he had some amazing supers. So props to you, Arya. He had some very, very important picks on Tornado because Tornado can really just take out his entire team points. So
Yep.
well done. Going into our third game, so
Yeah, a bit of a
let's
technical
see.
issue over here,
Is
but
there?
yeah, but I mean, we can just talk about how that change in pace really turned the game around from 100 to 10% in the first game to a win in the favor of Geek Fam in the second game. I feel like they really kind of knew how to play that out. I feel like some important things, like you mentioned, just focusing on the Sprout as well as the Ruff's wall break on the left side. I feel like that opened up a lot of space. And they kind of knew, like, I feel like the Byron had some very important heals as well, keeping them alive. I feel like Ariel is going to die at one point with the power up, but managed to stay alive and just do just a little bit more, managing to kill one and a half, maybe you could say, in a sense. But that was really a good play by them. I don't know. I think we're probably not going to be able to see the final game of this match, judging from the depth of this technical difficulty. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see who played it better. I mean, we can only imagine, like the Ralph's breaking the wall right now. Maybe Sprout has his wall down as well in counter to that. We can only imagine the game at this point, but I do think that it's an equal chance for both teams to win at this point.
Yeah, and okay, I just want to point out Kevin. Kevin was playing Spike. Despite the loss, he did a really, really great job of staying alive. Despite having counters such as Gale and Byron, he really used his super and the life plant to his first potential. I mean, he died inevitably to the Gale super right there, but he really stayed alive for the longest time, being such a squishy brawler. So I think he played well, and I just want to encourage the team on that part. So good job. It's a bit of a pity that we won't be able to see the third game. Are you guys having a problem where it says servers are under maintenance? Is that what's happening now?
Oh
Hopefully not,
no.
because if the Brawl servers are under maintenance, this tournament will have difficulties going on. So we'll
All right,
get back to you guys on that.
yeah, I'll just check. I'll just open Brawl Stars on my phone right now.
Yes, okay, let's all take a
Just to
look.
see
Yeah.
whether is it really a technical difficulty, or is it just so unfortunate that we had servers down during our tournament. Uh, I mean, for
Oh, I
me,
can log in. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I
fine.
can log in. Let's see whether I can get into a game. I'll go into game of solo, and
Yeah,
yeah, it
I'm
looks like,
just vibing on a training cave right now. Everything's
yeah,
good.
seems okay. Might be a fault on our side. We'll try and resolve it as soon as possible. I mean, maybe we could see if we have a match end result. Do believe I have Drago added in game, so let's see if I
That's
can
right.
take a sneak peek to what that outcome. It looks like they are in Brawl Ball. Um, let me try and I
I
think
guess we
Hayward.
wouldn't know who's the winner of the first set, but down to the second set, which is Sneaky Fields of Brawl Ball.
Yeah, I think Kevin is in my club, so I'm gonna try and message him to try and find out who won the Dueling Beetles Hot Zone set, and then we can at least give an update on what the set score is like, and yeah, and who's in the lead, who's on match point, and who isn't.
Mm, Yep. We're really sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. Hopefully, it
Mm-hmm.
will be resolved soon.
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
do hope
our
so as well.
admin's computer kind of overheated or something like that because he can't log in on his phone as well. So a little unfortunate. I wish that I could just show you on my phone right now, but
I
no
log in on his
avail.
phone. Okay, this issue needs to be resolved, otherwise we won't be able to spectate any games for the
Yes.
rest of the tournament. I mean, let me see if there is a workaround. Use a bit of brain power here. So if I have blue
Mhm.
stacks and I stream it, can't
I think
stream it
our admin
directly.
might be panicking, so we are very sorry.
Yes,
We'll
do
try
not
to fix
panic.
this. Do not panic, indeed.
Anyways, Jess, how was your
Yes,
day
Aaron.
today?
My day was pretty okay actually. Like, I woke up, I ran my errands. Get it? Now that's a running joke, okay, between me and Aaron because running errands, you know.
I'm Aaron.
Aaron,
Aaron.
Aaron is the king of puns. He has the funniest joke. Yep, it was pretty good. And sadly, I did not do much today. I woke up at 4:30 p.m. because
Ooh.
last night I was playing Valorant.
Oh,
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, I was playing Valorant as well. But I'm not as addicted as Jellyqueen over here.
That is a lie. That is a lie. You guys should, if you guys are friends and you go look at our player levels, Aaron's is higher than mine.
Yeah, I do play more. In reality,
It's fine. We play together. It's okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, Valorant. That reminds me that we are casting a Valorant tournament tomorrow, along with our friend whose name I believe
This is
is
Ryan, right?
Ryan. That's right, Ryan Nitera, and I'm really excited to be casting my first ever Valorant tournament. I think it's gonna be a great one. I mean, it's gonna be the whole of tomorrow afternoon for those who aren't familiar, or who are interested in Valorant as well. That will be going on tomorrow afternoon. I believe registrations have closed at this point, but yeah, if you're free and you like the way we stream or we cast, you can go ahead and show us some support. And yeah, of course, don't forget to follow Jess and I on Twitter. Jess Won't Fix It on Twitter and Jessie Jelly on Twitch, and I'm just Aaron Brawl everywhere. And
Thank you, Aaron. Okay, but speaking of Valorant, okay, that isn't by Claxon, but Claxon over here, we do have some Valorant competitions as well. We just started our first ever like Valorant 30s. So if you are interested in that, please head down to our Claxon Discord and you will be able to get more information there. I think it's a single elimination. Unfortunately, different from Brawl because if we don't do single elimination with Valorant, the tournament will just run over to the next year. So I guess it's kind of like a single elim format, but with Val, since games are shorter, I mean with Brawl, since games are shorter, we can have more. And
Alright.
we're finally in game, so we managed to fix the issue. Really props to our admin for that. Thank you very much. And it looks like Geek Fam actually won the hot zone, but moving into our first ever Brawl Ball game, we have a Sandy, Daryl, Gale, and an excellent goal by them. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I like the synergy with the Gale super. Perfectly timed to shoot that ball in there. Now we see Kaven coming in with a big suck, trying to punish Arya, but Geek Boy is there to
amazing
save the day.
defense by Drago. He got two kills on that.
Yeah, insane rolls. Drago always so confident with the Daryl. Let's see whether Void is going to try. He's going to play patient. Arya popping down the gadget to zone a bit of area, while
Yes.
Deviant responds, and control is contested again for the mid on the side of Penguin Bank.
That Gale gadget is so annoying. I hate walking into it, but it seems like there's gonna be a goal about to happen. And
Wow.
oh, there we go. I think Geek Fam played excellently this game. Oh, it was the second Brawl Ball game. Does that mean that they've won? They've progressed up?
I mean, I wish I knew just Jellyqueen, but unfortunately, we don't really know the outcome of Hot Zone yet. Hopefully, maybe if you played in the match and you're watching the stream now, go ahead and let us know in chat who won the Hot Zone game and whether we'll be going on to a third round. But as we were talking about it just now, let's just assume that it is 1-1. We will be going on to double swoosh, and that map is different. It's not really 3 lanes. It kind of is, but it also isn't because the mid and the side are kind of connected. Oh, but it does look like we have news that Geek Fam did actually win the Hot Zone as well. So it looks like they really did find out the strat on the Hot Zone map after the second game. And
Congratulations to you guys, Geek Fam. Good job. It seemed like the fam beat the gang, as what Aaron was saying. And I think that they were the underdogs in my opinion, despite 2 of the teams being really strong. In the previous tournaments, they didn't manage to get it very far, but I'm betting on their secret coach to help them progress, you know. I believe.
his secret coach, maybe whispering the strats into the ears of the players mid game. Maybe yeah, huge props to Geek fam. I mean, I think the Brawl Ball, from what I saw, from what we saw, it looked pretty convincing, like a convincing win, in my books, or in my eyes. In my eyes, yes.
In the books and in Aaron's eyes, they have indeed won.
Yes,
So,
my eyes on
amazing.
the book. My eyes on the book.
Okay, let's head on to look at the updated bracket.
Yep, let's take a look.
Okay, so here are our top 8 teams right now. We will be moving on to the
Yep,
semis.
these are the quarterfinal
Oh
matchups.
yes, quarterfinal matchups.
So
Congratulations to 8 of you guys. And yeah, we will get news on who we will be spectating next for the quarterfinals.
yeah, I believe those who made it to the quarterfinals already, we mentioned them, but I think the new ones who are in the competition include Geek Fam, Kisma Gaming,
Newbies, right?
Newbies, yep, and I believe Toxic Spinners and TTP Army. That matchup was determined a while ago, but yeah, congratulations to these 8 teams. One of you will be walking away with 90 SGD and another with 30. You know, it's not the biggest prize pool, but we do hope that it incentivizes you to keep coming. We'll be having these tournaments once every couple of weeks, so yeah, we do hope to see you guys again soon. If you don't make it right to first place, or go home with money, you know, it's a good chance for you to play, like Jess said earlier, and just build your competitive experience, your confidence, and just get better at the game in general, you know.
Yes. A correction to that, it's 60 Singapore dollars and 30 Singapore dollars, I believe. But
Oops.
it's okay. I mean, like what Aaron said, we hope that it incentivizes you to come back. It may be little, but don't look down on the little things. With 60 Singapore dollars, you could buy a battle pass, you can buy skins, you can really help to boost your brawl profile. So that makes you want to love the game even more. And next up, we will be spectating Geek Fam again. So fans of Geek Fam, if you're in the chat, like let your friends know that you're supporting them. And yeah, their game against Tour de Force. So first time we will be seeing Tour de Force tonight. And maybe we could go and take a look at the maps.
Yep, let's take a look at the maps. So these maps are different. They are for a round of 8 quarterfinals. And first map will be Safe Zone, and that is a game of Heist. So for those who don't know Heist, you just need to deal as much damage as possible to the enemy's safe, which is the box in blue. And the person who destroys it first wins the game, or whoever has more damage dealt at the end of the timer wins the game. So looking at this map, Jellyqueen, what brawlers do you think we'll see here?
In the past, like really long ago, there was Penny, but I don't think we'll be seeing Penny anytime soon. But probably a Daryl, having that water and being able to roll over it, get damage on the safe, or even on people who are defending the safe, brawlers defending the safe. I think, you know, Daryl could be a really vital pick, as well as long range brawlers. Having that midpoint is really such a chokehold. Like, it's just one long lead. So hopefully a Brock, maybe with the rocket number 4 star power. And who else? Belle, maybe?
Yep,
How about
definite. Belle, I think you're right. You know, Daryl used to be a really strong pick here. You know, his ability to roll across the water really took a lot of people by surprise. And just like you were mentioning about the choke point, that's why we tend to see a lot of Brock to kind of break open the own choke points which are hurting your own team, and open up the lanes so you can have a better pinch and better damage on the enemy safe. So that is the idea behind the Brock. Yeah, and you know, being a really open map, we do see a lot of these long range brawlers, like you said, like Piper, Belle, Brock. Sometimes we see a Colt, rarely, but it's really when you really want to force a wall break, then you see a Colt. Because a Colt in general is a bit harder to play than a Brock. And yeah, sometimes we see Fang, of course, because Fang is so strong, because he can charge his super from a distance away. And when he gets his super on everyone, it can all go black very fast. And yes, that's why Fang is OP. I mean, Eve, we might see Eve here, in fact, because
because of the
that
water,
river.
right?
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that could open up a bunch of opportunities. Yeah, so maybe we can go ahead and look at the next map while they're in draft, because we'll definitely be seeing some Crystal Arcade and Jump Grab.
Yeah, so this is definitely a sandy map. Having root sands here, you'll be able to get vision on the grass for a really wide area. So maybe that we might see that as well as a Tara or a Jean. There's many spots where you can get cheeky plays here. I remember pushing my Leon in this map. Leon is really good, especially with his new lollipop gadget. You can just go invisible and yeah, go behind someone and flank them. So
Yeah.
I love this map.
Oh, that gadget's not new anymore, Jess. I feel like that's been there for
The
months.
newest, okay.
okay, the newest one, right? I was like, wasn't that released like last year? But yeah, they nerfed it and stuff. That thing was broken because it was indestructible, and then now at least it goes away after a certain amount of time. But yeah, definitely. I feel like a brawler which could be really strong, and I think is very strong, is Ems. Like if Ems can get control of one of the
Indeed.
side lanes, it's super difficult to win that lane, especially if you're up against the Sandy. And Ems, generally, if you play well, you can win a Sandy on the side lane, because just like Jess said, people love to play Sandy here, connect all the bushes together and keep the enemies scratching their heads as to where you might have repositioned. And yep, mids could be Byron, could be Jean, could be Belle. A lot of these long range, and sometimes we do see like a Max, to kind of
yes, the Max.
surprise the enemy and speed up the whole team to quickly punish, because the map is kind of small and choky in a sense towards the middle. Yeah, so I'm really excited for this map. I hope we have some amazing plays. Maybe a triple Tara suck, just putting it out there. Let's see if any team is up to the challenge. Let's see you play Tara and get a triple suck. I will be impressed, and
It's really satisfying when you do get that, though.
I will add you on my friends list if you can do that. It's a challenge to all participants.
Yes, please, guys. If you really want to add Aaron, make sure you get that triple suck. And looking at the chat, it seems like there was a Jean and a Tara pick, so very promising. It's okay, guys. You don't have to get so worked up in the chat over there about the gems, but it's okay. Sometimes it can be funny when you lose all the gems and you manage to redeem yourself and get it back. So there will be many opportunities for you to redeem yourself to your team.
No. It's
no
okay.
arguments here. Yes.
Yeah, let's not fight amongst ourselves. I mean, this is just a casual tournament. We're all trying to just improve and get a feel for how it might be like in a competitive scene. No toxicity. We're all friends. Trying our best to improve as a community. Anyways, that's enough on Crystal Arcade and some disputes. Let's go on to the next map, which will be Bounty, and that will be Shooting Star.
A very highly competitive, skill-dependent map, I'd say. You're really fighting your duos here. We'll be definitely seeing a Nani, a Piper, or one of those long-range brawlers, and you'll just be fighting it out. I think possibly a Belle and a Byron as well. We just really want to see those long-range duos. And I just want to point out these walls. You see where like the vase is closest to the star? Like those two. I realize how important that wall is to be broken. If you're Brock, make sure you break that wall, because that's actually quite an important piece of cover for your enemies. And breaking that wall helps you to get that advantage on your lane. So,
yep.
I love this map. Honestly, Bounty can be a bit boring at the start because you just see teams chipping away at each other trying to get their super up, but it's really down to the last minute or 30 seconds where all the burst plays come into show. So don't despise Bounty. Bounty is a very interesting map. I mean, game mode.
Yep, definitely, especially at the last moments. Anyways, it looks like we are into our first match, which is Safe Zone and Heist. Let's watch Geek Fam versus the team called Tour de Force.
Let's go. Oh, okay. So we actually see Void getting a nice shot on Hotshot over there, making him low. This allows them to push forward. A very nice tap. He almost manages to. Oh.
Oh, did you see that just?
Yep.
That
guy must have been sad.
He would have been like, I was trying to fight the brawler, and then the bounce shot came out of nowhere. It's not fair. I wasn't even. He's not a person. Anyway, poor Void. I mean, poor Hotshot actually falling to the bounce shot off the safe. That's one
Very
of the
nice
strongest.
shots by Void, though. I don't even see him missing. Okay, I mean, we didn't see that, but he had some really nice shots. And it seems like Geek Fam has the upper hand in terms of winning lane. Arya did go down though, but he's used his gadget and it has come into really great use against the Piper. It looks like Secret Recipe takes out. What's his name? I'm waiting for him to spawn so I can say his name. Void, indeed.
Void. Yes, homemade recipe. Secret Recipe does have some of the best cakes and pies, but yes, that is homemade recipe by the Piper.
Yes.
Very good use of gadget over there. And it looks like Hotshot's actually going to be tagged by the Bell slow, jumping away to stay alive, but Geek Void not without taking some damage himself. Now we see a 3 versus 3. All brawlers looking relatively healthy, but Hotshot is low and falls. And Void and Drago are just getting as much damage as possible. You know, coming to 30 seconds left, looks like Tour de Force really needs something. Ooh, and they're not even falling 7%. I feel like this game is yet but over. All but over. Wow.
Indeed, and a little sad face over there. I think it was a really good play for them to swap up the matchup. So at first it was the Ruffs against the Colt, right? It was Ruffs against the Colt, and then they changed it to Ruffs against the Rico. So that meant
bounce versus bounce.
Yeah, indeed. So it was better now. You can see how they readjusted. So hopefully Tour de Force will be able to have a better chance at pushing up.
No,
but
it's the Caster's curse.
it is the Caster's curse. I should shut up. But
wow, Arya also finding a kill on Little Chan. This is not good for Tour de Force right now.
Oh, very nice clip by the Colt there though.
Yeah, wow.
And Drago, hello. Good aim.
Somebody needs to get Drago away from that safe. He's just dealing so much damage. A nice wall break from Hotshot over there, opening up the map for a bit more space. Ooh, barely dodging that Brock shot over here. It looks like he is going for some damage shots with his gear
how
active.
is he alive? How is Drago alive? Oh,
Drago
okay.
even dodging that shot from Hotshot again. Wow. Really well played from
Finally goes
Drago.
down. Yes,
Storing
he
so much
stayed alive
time.
for the longest time. But Mans was playing for the objective, you know. He's just chipping away at the safe, and before you know it, they're down to 72%. So Tour de Force really has to push up here. Probably the Colt pick wasn't the best because the Colt hasn't been able to get as much value off of the Piper and the Brock, but Drago goes down. It's a 3v1. Arya at half health. Could this be their chance for a comeback?
Yep, I mean, Void with some very nice shots, but Hotshot with a very nice super to jump away in time. Now with his damage here active, is he going to use it? No, he's going to heal up, but he does get hit, so he's just going to go all out. Wow, a very nice shot on Brock. Damage dealer out of the picture. Just need to wait for Cole to push up, as well as Hotshot to juke some shots. Unfortunately, Void is just popping off on the bell right here.
The Colt was just struggling for the longest time.
Yeah.
I think their main damage dealer has to be Colt, and he had so much trouble pushing up and getting past Void and Drago, who are working together excellently. They've just been pinching Hotshot and Colt, and it just seems like Arya and Little Chan have just been having their battles the whole game of Battle of the Bounces, but Hotshot diving in, trying to go for that damage, but gets deleted.
Oh, that's unfortunate. This set is over. I mean, Geek Fam really did have a show of performance. A clean 100-0 on both games. I mean, that is very impressive. Especially on a map like Safe Zone, it means you're winning all mechanical matchups. You know, a Brock, Piper, and a Bell. I do question that Colt pick. It could have been the fall of this set. I think Colt is really hard to land your shots. You have to be really good at strafing and dodging. You have to be very aware of when you should be strafing for your shots and when you should be using your movement to dodge shots. So like the enemy shot. So it's kind of a tricky brawl to play. It's a pretty high skill cap, I would say. And you know, at a pro level, I mean, this being generally an amateur level, at a pro level, it's gonna be
very nice shot by Void on hot shot. Like I've just been seeing him tap hot shot like crazy. So I think Geek had the skill set advantage in that game.
Yeah, the mechanical strength of Geek was just, they just put on a really good show. 100 to 0 is flawless both times. It's pretty hard to pull off actually. Yeah, kudos to Geek. Once a fam, always a geek. You know, coached by the best. Let's see if you can take this to a clean 2-0. Next map we'll be seeing is going to be shooting. It's Crystal Arcade.
Oh, Crystal Arcade on Gem. That's right. Yep. This is where we get to see if they will add Aaron on Brawl, because we're looking for a triple Parasuck.
So let's look at Crystal Arcade and the maps. Yeah, we did kind of discuss this map just now a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, so the challenge is to play Tara and get a triple suck. And I don't know, if you're already on my friends list,
kudos to you.
I'll give you $5. I'll pay now you $5 if you're already on my friends list, and you do pull off a Tara triple suck, just so that incentive is still there for people like Drago and other Geek players. Well, anyways, what brawlers do you think we'll see on this map, Jellyqueen?
I think we mentioned it just now. Ems being really strong on lane, Sandy, Tara, Jid. I'm looking for Mortis or Leon, because those are kind of the adventurous, fun plays. So who knows?
Definitely.
Yes.
Mortis is the last pick. Is sometimes takes a lot of people by surprise because they kind of forget that brawler can be played in many situations. But I wonder whether we'll see a Fang ban or not, or whether we'll see even play, because this map being pretty relatively open in the middle, we might see people try to abuse that range that Eve has. You know, if you actually look at Eve and you like look at his projectiles, it actually shoots off the map. It's crazy. His range is longer than Piper.
Oh, is it? Wow.
Yeah, it is. So it's kind of interesting to see whether we'll see that in play. Usually, if you have the first pick, you would want to be banning something like. So in situations, I would say right now, Eve and Fang are the best brawlers in the map, in the game right now. So if Fang is a better brawler, you ban Eve, and if Eve is a better brawler, you ban Fang. So that if they ban the other, you still have the other, if that makes sense. So
yeah,
if there's a double ban of Fang, then you just take Eve, and if there's a double ban of Eve, you just take Fang, kind of thing. I feel like that could be a reason why we see some of these very strong brawlers in play today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way where we could actually show them the bans, but sadly it's a drafting thing, so it will be kind of difficult. But if we do get them in the future, that kind of helps us get into the minds of the strats of the players. But okay, diving into our first game, we have Arya on Gale, and you're right, we have Drago on the Ems. It seems like both of them have won their lanes, so it's a very, very strong start by Geek fam. Hotshot actually panic trying to spam his super, doesn't manage to take out Drago, dodges the shots by Void, but to no avail. Two of his lane buddies actually went down. Little chance actually on Fang right now, so perhaps Eve was the ban. We can kind of guess that, but very strong start by Geek fam.
Yeah, definitely. I really like how Little Chan is playing this against Drago. I think Drago knows that the lane should be free for him, but Little Chan knows.
Very nice takedown.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of an over-aggression. Wow. Great shots coming in by Void. A gadget over there, probably and possibly to take out Hotshot by surprise with the slow and the damage. Arya going with a quick kill on the Stu, and he does fall. Ooh, and let's see whether Void is he's actually gonna go for one gem. He knows not to overstep the boundary. He does see, you know, Stu spawning and like, okay, respects that space. Very, very good decision in my opinion. Hotshot now triggered by the bell trap, looking to be punished. Let's see whether 2 to Force can tie this up. 5 seconds left. Void and Drago safely in the corner. It looks like this game goes cleanly to Geek fam.
Indeed, very well played. What do you think about the Stu pick? Because maybe Stu wasn't the best against Gale because Gale can kind of just super him away, like "Tata, you're off, away, far away." So I think it might be a difficult matchup. Perhaps having him against the Ems would have been easier because he can close the distance, but it doesn't look like they've changed their matchups.
Wow.
I think Little Chan goes in for a kill on Drago. Very well played by him tonight on the Fang.
Super aggressive, might I say, and you know, you do have to give the kudos to Arya as well for the Gale pick. I mean, whether he's on the flank or a Stu, he is going to have a pretty okay time on lane. You know, having that super, able to you know, kind of stun these tanks against the wall. But Lil Chan goes in, doesn't manage to find the kill, but does keep them very low.
He's
in
trying
HP.
really hard. You can see he's trying to create as much space for his team as possible, and this kind of works out because Team 24 manages to get 4 gems, 5 gems at first tonight. So awesome progression by them. Hotshot might be overcommitting a little bit. Pops that heal gadget, and we're looking for a reset right now.
Yep, 4 to 5. The gems are pretty even. Hotshot grabbing one more, and I believe Little Chan is pretty close to super. Let's see whether he's going to go in for an aggressive play. But you know, Stu, knowing his boundaries, does dash back and reset for the heal. Now, Arya is looking to get a nice stun off, but Void is trying to heal up against the Hotshot, who's doing such a good job in the mid. I mean, compared to the previous game, he's really controlling the mid very well. And Drago being low, Lil Chan looking to capitalize, does fall. Drago playing with the bush around. And wow, look at this, Stu actually gets the kill on Gale. I don't think that should ever happen. But Drago, you know, coming in to cover Void, it's such an important play. It's
my eyes were fixated on the left lane because I was wondering how the heck did he get the Gale so low? Like, he should have never won that matchup, like, frankly.
Yeah.
And seeing him win that was a really, really good play by him. And I think Hotshot helped to support him as well.
Ooh,
Getting just that one shot on Arya managed to give him vision on the boost and on the bush. And what is going on, Aaron?
Oh no, it does look like Void takes up the 10th gem, but I think Tour de Force do have time to grab the last gem, but Drago's gonna go trying to deny it, and actually does get pushed away by Arya, but it looks like Arya might be going on the aggressive. Hotshot does have to respect that. They need one more gem to tie it all up, and it looks like Arya needs to fall first. Drago coming in to save him, save the day. They actually get the reset down. What a huge stun by Arya, getting all of the gems out of the hands of Hotshot. It looks like this game is all but over. 2-0 in favor of Geek Fam.
Oh, that was so close, Aaron. Honestly, I was really cheering for 24 because there was like a sliver of hope. You could see the light at the end of the tunnel for them. But when Hotshot went down and Drago managed to push up, it was just GG's. But a really, really good effort by them to manage to tie up those gems for a period of time, because having that Gale and Stu lineup, like, it is just almost impossible. But once the Gale went down, I think that's how 24 managed to build that momentum up and get the gems back. So it was just maybe a comp diff, who knows, but a big congratulations to Geek Fam for making it to the next step of the tournament. And a nice try, a really nice try by 24.
Yeah, a really good try indeed, especially for those gem grab games. Congratulations, Geek Fam. Once a fam, always a geek. We will be going on to the next map. I think we'll be spectating the the semifinals from now. Not sure whether the teams are interested, are ready, just yet. But we can take a look at the maps either way. What maps we have in line for the... Maybe we can take a look at the brackets first. I'm so sorry. Let's take a look at the brackets and see what matchups have progressed and what we're waiting for right now. So take it away, Jess. Jellyqueen.
Okay, so our first two contenders are Geek Fam and Extra Toxic Boys. And let's see if newbies, Toilet Warriors, Toxic Spinners, or TTP Army, which of the two will be able to progress forward. My bets are on Toxic Spinners because they are a really, really strong team. You know, we've seen them in previous tournaments. We've seen how they've played. I'm not sure who's in the roster for the other teams, but my bet's just on them. So, how about you, Aaron? What, do you share the same sentiments as me?
Sorry, just taking a
Aaron's
quick
okay.
grab
Aaron
of
is
my
getting
food.
a bunch. Why don't you share with us what you are having? Let's head over
Okay,
to the master's desk
wait,
after this. After this, reverse backslide.
Let's just finish this. Talk about the brackets. All right.
Yes. Okay.
I'm
the
sorry,
call
I
came
was
too early.
cheating. I was cheating. I just had a bit of food. I was like, take it away, Jess. Time to grab some rice. Okay. Anyways, yes, I definitely agree with you, Jess. Toxic Spinners, walkthrough, and his team. They actually took down the winner of the previous Asia Cup #1, which is CNM. They're looking really strong, and I think we might see them in the grand finals, if not being the winners of the whole thing in itself. And it's gonna be difficult for TTP Army. I wish you all the best. I mean, Jess is voting, Jellyqueen's voting for Toxic Spinners, so I will be supporting you, TTP Army, all the way. Take down Toxic Spinners, and let's see you in the quarters.
Aaron, I've just got used in. Toxic Spinners actually took down TTP, and newbies managed to take down Toilet Warriors. So,
Oh man, what happened to my TTP
pat.
Army? So we'll be seeing Toxic Spinners versus newbies. Yep. Wow. Look at that instant update of the graph.
We love a very fast admin. Let's go.
Let's go. Shout out to Acolytes. Okay, so in the quarterfinals, we'll be having in the semifinals, we'll be having Geek Fam versus Extra Toxic Boys, and the winner will be facing the winner of newbies versus Toxic Spinners. So it's gonna be an intense semifinals. All our teams we're familiar with, and all are pretty strong players. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's just head over back to the caster's desk as we prepare for the next game. Yeah. So sorry, I was eating some.
What are you having?
Show
it to us. I'm sure we'd all love to see.
I'll show you the tapao packet. Yeah. So basically, it's a pork. What do you call this? Cereal rice and like char siu.
Oh yums! We
Yeah,
love
it's
some good spicy rice.
my dinner.
Okay, guys, remember to grab a stack too when you're playing the 30, because food gives you power. And I'm gonna slam my desk. You can see my video.
Camera shaking.
Yep. There was something I wanted to tell you guys, but I lost my train of thought. But okay. Yes, the next two teams that we will be spectating is newbies.
Newbies versus Toxic Spinners.
Newbies versus Toxic Spinners. So I'm sure you guys are a little sick of watching Geek Fab just rain all of their matches. So we have to change our scenery. Yeah, it's twice. Wow. I think they've really improved since the previous tournament. So that could be you. You could be Geek Fam. This is why you need to root for the underdogs. It's possible for anyone to progress. Like the fact that CNM was the strongest team last time, and they got taken out in the first round. They didn't even make it to the quarters. Really shows that that can be a possibility for a turnaround. So, indeed, how about we head over to the semi-final map pool, so we can take a look at these new set of maps. All right.
Semi-final map pool. Looks like first up we have Super Beach, which actually used to be called Super Stadium, as you can see in the brackets there. A very tight map, I would say. I mean, this map, although it looks like pretty small, don't be fooled. So many teams have gone into overtime on this map because of the stalemate matchups you have, due to the really good drafts on either end on both teams. I believe in monthly finals we saw this map. We saw a couple of finalists go all the way to this map, which was the set 5, the last set, and it went to double match point. I believe not only in CESA but also in other regions. So this map could be, a really long drawn out one. I believe a few of them went to overtime. People like to play Bali, Spike.
Yes.
The mid is open. What else do you think we'll see here, Jellyqueen?
Yeah, I really think Spike. Spike is so strong. He's played literally almost anywhere. I think with the addition of Live Plant, like nobody plays the other gadget anymore. I think. I might be wrong. I'm not a monthly finalist.
Yep, you're right. You're right. Don't worry.
Shelly, it's solo queue, but I think Spike is really strong, and hopefully in the M's as well. Once you get that M super up, Now with the gadget where you can shoot through the walls, I think that could be a good counter to throwers like Bali, who is popular on this map, and maybe Sprout, because having that Sprout wall, like you see there are so many spaces between the bushes and the little like wedges of walls. You can alter the map with Sprout there, and yeah, possibly Sandy as well. Sandy, you can go really aggressive with the Sandstorm, having so much area denial. I think the reasons why Bali is so popular is also because of that area denial. It's just all about area denial, and yeah, it's a really competitive map. I'd love to see a tank as well, and yep, hopefully.
Yep.
I'm a little bit sick of seeing Spike, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Area denial. That is the name of the game for this map. I think just honestly, I wasn't listening to half of what you said, but I did listen to you say that you play Shelly in solo showdown. That's just damn funny to me. Like, I can just imagine all the spinning primos and then a random Jellyqueen Shelly is like spinning along and be like, I'm gonna super all of you later. Anyways,
I am gonna be an alpha. Yes.
Alpha Shelly. Alright, let's move on to the next map, which is Ring of Fire in Hot Zone. So this map is also pretty open, but we do see a lot of the likes of Ham and Bike, and also a lot of assassin kind of brawlers. If you go for a control kind of comp, we do see Ruffs played on the left, sometimes even the right side, and a lot of healing competitions as well. We see a Byron, support a Pam just to get that little middle zone, because there is only one hot zone for this map, and yeah, it's we do see Tara as well. A lot of different options for this map. It depends on how you want to play and the way in which you want to execute. Pretty excited to see what kind of comps we'll see over here. And yeah, what do you think we'll see here, Jellyqueen?
Honestly, my favorite pick would be Ruffs. Seeing him on the right side, you can put your gadget at the little choke point, the barrier gadget, and then just have all those bounce shots. It'd be nearly impossible to take him down with that extra added protection there. And having a double healer comp makes having that positioning advantage so strong. I think having like a Pam and a Byron was a really good thing that you said there. I kind of forgot about that. I keep getting stuck in the old meta. I don't know why. I keep thinking about B. Like, literally nobody plays B in this map, but B was strong last
B,
time.
yes. Don't be sad, Jellyqueen. Yes, I think it's... Yes, you're right. Rattling Hive.
Cries in Rattling Hive, yes.
That was an OP gadget. It would pierce, it continues on and on. Don't be sad, Jess. Like, it's just that the meta has shifted a bit, okay? The only reason why B isn't played is because of the likes of Fang. And when Fang is open, he just like chains onto everyone. And if you're using your B and you're using the honey... What is it? Honey
Mollusk.
Honey Mollusk, that's right. Honey Mollusk's gadget. He literally gets it super back immediately, and that makes it so dangerous. And that is the downfall of B in this meta. Well, anyways, I'm really excited to see some insane Fang plays. Hopefully, I don't really want to see it banned all the time. I mean, we never know. Like, you never know. We might see Eve as well. Trying to abuse that little space on the river there. Anyways, let's go to our final map for the semifinals, and that will be Gold Arm Gulch. This map, wow, this map, in comp, in general, we always just see everybody play a left to right match. Like, one team will go to the left,
right? I mean, that kind of is, but it kind of isn't,
Exactly, it's like, you kind of like, are you gonna contest the mid or are you not? Anyways, we are into our first game.
Oh, another Spike. Okay, it's fine. We'll deal with it. Spike is strong, but alright. Starting off the game, it's looking a little messy. We have Walkthrough being blown to the side and getting bleeded by Avengers, and we have Tingmin pushing up on the Spike over there. So it seems like both of these teams have gone for a very controlled comp. Besides Spike being very aggressive and Ems being very aggressive as well, classic picks like Bali, Acid, and it's nice to see a Stu, because Stu can actually break walls. So that could come in handy when trying to close the distance between the Ems or the Bali. I think having a Gale is just such a strong ping. Like Gale is he was really underrated, but I feel like people are starting to see his potential now. And
Yep. Definitely. I think that there was a new balance change which did buff the stun time on Gil. And that a lot of people are really trying to abuse that. It is becoming a lot of a meta pick, a lot more of a meta pick now, especially with the rise of Fang. And people are realizing its usefulness, you know. But anyways, we see a kind of back and forth, but Avengers could be in a good spot here. You know, with the ball right behind, with the super, it looks like he's gonna go in. Does do the stun, but kind of misses the ball. Manages to take walkthrough and even survive. That's gonna be huge. You know, it's gonna bring a lot of control.
Right there.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a 1v3 and he actually still went in for it. And now we see Ramana trying to break the walls, going for a walkthrough, but Seungmin over there to cover. But now he's in a bit of a sticky situation. All of the walls are kind of gone, and this is gonna make it a bit harder for walkthrough once newbies manage to take control of the mid.
Indeed, it'll be really difficult if toxic spinners go into overtime because the power of Bali is so reliant on these walls, and I think for Ramana to just go in there and kind of suicide, it was taking one for the team to just get that Bali out, because perhaps Bali was getting too much value off of Gale. I mean, he was the only one that could really counter Gale at that point, so Awfully does go down here, and we see walk through kind of going on to spike, and I kind of learned a new term from Eric from past tournaments that Bali is like a soft counter, right? Soft counter to spike.
Yep, it is, you know, because when you have a wall in between, it's gonna... Oh, but look at this, wow!
Very nice catch by Ramana. Trying to take out walk through there.
Looks like Walk is gonna go for a super pass to one of his teammates, but the Legend intercepts it, misses the shot, and Avengers barely stays alive. And now they have to respect Ramana as he respawns immune and trying to, you know, find somebody to get the super. Does find it off of Awfully. The Legend respawns with a life plant, popping it down to give a lot of sustainability. And we see Toxic Spinner slowly pushed back. Avengers in a huge position over there in the corner. Ramana actually going in for Seungmin and gets the kill. Almost dodges, actually kills Awfully as well. Ramana on fire. Supers to the left. What a play. What a play by Ramana. What a play. I don't have words for that. Jellyqueen, did you see he was on fire over there?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't see that kill, but...
Yeah.
Wow.
The chemistry of the team was there because the way that they moved, the way that they played and shot their shots, it just seemed like they all knew what was going on, and the chemistry of the team was excellent. And I was kind of expecting a win by newbies over there because, as we knew, in overtime Bali wouldn't do very well. But
I mean,
the ball, it lands on the goal line.
Oh, that was close. That was a close one.
Close.
I think Ramana, they kind of knew that it was testing the limits, but they just kind of knew like that probably won't go in. I won't say for sure, but I mean, this is what it comes down to. Awfully and Seungmin connecting. Ramana again. Nice clearance. Actually chooses to stay alive. Supering to stay alive, but Walk finds the kill. But now Walk caught in a bit of a situation. Gets pinched out by Avengers. The Legend trying to get some control. Stalling the time for his teammates to respawn and possibly get a goal. Trying to find a few cheap shots on Awfully.
Avengers has such dangerous positioning here.
Yeah, they're ignoring him.
Why were we? Oh my goodness! Why? It was like a free goal.
He was like, "Oh, I'm walking."
He didn't use it to do anything. Yeah, walk through.
I was like, "I'm
Good
walking."
name choice for yourself.
Walk through. That's exactly what he allowed Avengers to do. Walk straight through. But now.
Gonna walk it in? Nah. Okay, he redeemed himself.
He did redeem himself with the super and a huge control shift in favor of Toxic Spinner. Now we're all tied up 1-1. 1 minute on the clock as well. A lot of ones over there. And now we see control being fought on the middle yet again. Seungmin heating up Awfully, hoping to get the kill on Ramana. Pops the super as well. Does find the kill. Avengers gonna go in, but it's not enough. And we have all three Toxic Spinner members alive. And they're gonna go and try and get a goal here, I would presume. They don't really want to be playing for overtime because we did see what happened last time. So let's see what's going to happen this time. Seungmin putting the ball in a dangerous spot. Avengers and the Legend respawning, and it looks like they're going to try and fight for control once again.
Yeah, and then 30 seconds on the clock. I think we might be going into overtime here. Bali actually pops. I think that was his last ever heal gadget, and trying to take out Legend over there. It's gonna be so hard for Legend to push out the corner. He does manage to, however, it is a 2v2, 3v2. There's just so many things going on right now.
Yeah, if you saw the interaction that Tenglin was alive with 30 HP,
I saw that.
That was a bit like I was like scared for him. Well, anyway, Tenglin landing some really nice shots. Let's see if we can kill Ramana, but Ramana with the insane dodging, keeping alive, does finally get tagged, but does find his super as well. Oh, manages to find the kill on Awfully, but you know, Walk got a responsive kill in the on the legend himself. Ramana going on the aggressive now, gets the kill on Walk. It's a 2 versus 2, but you know, let's not forget his teammate's gonna be responding pretty soon. But does find the kill on Awfully. 3 versus 2. Avengers misses the ball, pops the gadget to kick it back, and supers it into the corner. Oh my goodness, that was so well played. My hands were literally over my mouth.
Oh my goodness.
That was so well played. I
need to take a shower after this because I am sweating now.
Wow, what an intense matchup. I did not expect that from these two teams. Really putting on a really strong fight on this very first round, first map. Wow, I mean, I think every single player had their strong moments. We had Avengers walk the ball in, we had Ramana with the insane plays, Tenglin with a 30 HP clutch staying alive, getting the kill. We had Ems as well getting some uncalled for kills on Ramana. It was like, I feel like everybody played so well, and that was such a treat to watch.
Indeed, and that is why, you know, as the competition like progresses, we go from semifinals to grand finals, things just starts to get heated, and we love to see it, especially in a semi-competitive tournament like this. Everyone indeed had their fair share of really good plays. I think halfway through, the Gale and the Ems, was it the Gale and the Ems? The Gale and okay, my mind is twisted, but they kind of swapped matchups. So I think the Stu went against the Ems in the second half of the match. Yeah, that made it a little bit harder. I think a little bit harder because it closed
toxic spinners. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Because Ems is our only defense. You know. Yeah. What can you really do as like a Bali and a Byron? Like, bro, have I just gotta throw my heal gadget? Like, nah, that ain't gonna work, okay? So, taking down that Ems was a very crucial pick for helping them score the goal. So, very well played by the both teams, but, you know, one just had the advantage and one was better, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that was a very intense game. I won't say that one team was definitely just better than the other. It was a really well thought out game, both going into overtime. And one game, well, we have the winners. Well, there was a total of 3 games, right, for this round, I believe. No, I think it's a clean 2-0, but because both went into overtime and both were in advantage of the side of Ramana's team. A really well played set. I feel like, I think they just needed to score before overtime. That was kind of how they played it with Bali pick, and if they couldn't execute that, it was just difficult. But Avengers, I still can't believe he just walked straight up, took the ball, it's like, let me just walk through, and then he
literally did that.
I really didn't see that coming. Like, I saw that coming, and I was like, why are they doing anything? I was like, guys, Avengers is just walking in there, he's running it down.
We were just staring at the ball, like, our eyes was like, look at it roll.
You know, honestly, Jellyqueen, I was not looking at that, and then you were like, Avengers is in a very dangerous position. I'm like, oh yeah, Avengers is walking.
I thought he was waiting for his super, but he was like, these people are stupid. So I'm just gonna go walk it in. YOLO.
Exactly. Maybe he knew that Walk was using that, healing tonic. Sorry, forgive me if I have the name wrong, but the healing gadget, and he knew that, you know, he doesn't really have anything to stop him in his tracks, and that's why he was going there with such confidence. Really good game sense and awareness of the ball and everything in that situation. Anyways, we will be going on to our next map, which will be, if I can remember correctly, it will be Ring of Fire. Yeah, Ring of Fire hot zone.
Ring of Fire. And I think we mentioned earlier we were looking forward to see some assassin brawlers, and Aaron was hoping on an Eve and a Fang, and I was hoping on a Ruff. So, you know, we'd be able to see that. I think it will be a lot of trading back and forth because there's just one circle. You know, you need to close that distance as much as possible. Positioning is key here, so.
Yeah, and people really.
That map. Good job, WigglySpool, for picking this map.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a competitive map. Anyways, we are in our first game. We see the drafts. We see Walk,
B!
Toxic
Oh my
Spinners.
gosh, Aaron! There's a B! I'm so happy! Let's go!
I'm so happy.
Avengers,
Okay.
I love you for that. Show them how it's done, man.
Oh,
Okay.
the Legend with some nice position. Almost finds the kill. Oh, it looks like Avengers
Almost
found
dies.
the kill.
Ah, yeah.
And full control actually in favor of the team newbies. Right now, Zhonglin and Walk trying to get some control.
Very
Really
nice
trying
tap
to
by
take
Avengers
over.
on off-lead. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was like instantly, you know, that 3k down. Now we see Toxic Spinners trying to get back some position. The Legend is not falling. Is he gonna get the kill on Offly as well? He's doing so much, honestly. He suicided that so well. Dealt as much havoc as possible on the side of Toxic Spinners. But now we see Toxic Spinners gain full control of the middle. They really need to be aware of Avengers though. Zhonglin getting some nice taps. Avengers now in one shot away from death. Needs to heal up. Oh, look at that! Super
Oh
barely
my
catches the end of it.
goodness.
What a trade! Ramana and Zhonglin trade that
Look
one
at the
out.
Legend. It's even
just-
funnier looking at the Sandy animation, just sleepily walking around like.
Yeah, Sandy does really have a really funny animation. But Avengers now getting the position. It looks like Awfully went with a Sprout to possibly just counter the B pick or the Recon. I'm not too sure. But I don't think B into Sprout was too good, and we do see Avengers falling there. Awfully really putting a lot of pressure on the left side over there, making sure that Avengers and Ramana don't get that free space. And the Legend is the one who suffers instead. But Toxic Spinners getting a lot of control. This could be their chance to catch up. 46 to 75%. They do have
It is
full
a
control of the
comeback.
map now. If the Legend dies here, this could be a very bad cycle of deaths on the side of Newbie. Let's see whether they can fight and hold the ground.
Indeed, and having awfully push up on the left lane, that is just destroying newbies. As you can see, B being so squishy just gets taken out. The Legend tries to do the same. He manages to sneak up into the bushes of Toxic Spinners. Manages to dodge the curveball. We aren't able to see that. He does go down though. It's just a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it looks like
They
Toxic
did manage
Spinners
to hold the
actually
control.
takes the
Wow.
first round. Wow,
That
Aaron,
was-
that was a turnaround. I wasn't expecting
was.
that, not gonna lie.
I mean, you compare it to the first 30 seconds of the game. You know, the side of Ramana's team, I keep forgetting, sorry. Newbie's team, that's right. Newbie had full control of the map. Like, they were literally winning every single lane. The Legend was all the way in Awfully's face.
Oh,
but now we
goes
see...
down to the Rico though.
Yeah, that might be big on the side of newbies. Ramana does get tapped over here, but finds a
Zhonglin
full
does
clip
go
on
down as
Zhonglin. Wow. And the super as well to top it off. Ramana really looking to be a threat in the enemy's base. Awfully kind of in a stuck situation here. Avengers is ready to
The
pinch
Rico
every
is a
time.
problem.
Yeah,
Rico
and
is a problem.
you know, with that speed here, it really allows him to survive. Or just not getting that bouncy castle in
Yeah.
time. Will relieve a lot of pressure on the side of Toxic Spinner, but the Legend going for a quick kill on Zhonglin over there shouldn't have happened.
Oh,
Ramana trying
manages
to get the
dodge the Rico super. There's just so
that's
many things
huge.
going on.
That's really huge. Walk now with his gadget to hold the mid down. Just pop another one indeed to really just try and stay alive. Zhonglin is going to be struggling a bit with Ramana here, but kind of overcommitting. And Zhonglin does manage to take him down cleanly with his super. As Toxic Spinner does try to regain control. They are not in the lead right now.
The walkthrough
Sorry.
goes down there. I thought he would be able to take out the Legend based on his positioning in the bush, but I just wanna comment Ramana. He was playing really aggressive brawlers like the two games. He's been playing Rico, he's been playing Stu, and having that aggression and those takeouts, he's just being such a menace. It would be so annoying to deal with a Rico. 46 to 66.
Yeah, 70%. Avengers really holding it down. Once they get it to 80%, it's probably going to be a suicide game on the side of newbies, just getting a few percentage at a time. Let's see if they can hold it down. It is 81%, and we do see the Legend just kind of like running it down in the mid.
Running it down, they're all running it down.
Ramana popping the super, not really finding anyone. But this could be the downfall. Toxic Spinners are getting
Regain their
a
positioning.
lot of control. Yeah, that's right. And Awfully does have that disgusting spot on the left side. Oh, but actually falls to Avengers with a very nice shot on
Very
the
nice
left side
shot,
there.
B. Oh, he
Walk
takes
as
out
we're
walk through
falling.
in one shot. That's the power B. I love it. But
Oh, it
there's
looks like
just so much
Ramana
back
is just
and
like...
forth.
Ramana is just like, I don't care if I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna stand in the zone. and does get it up to 93%, but now full control in favor
Sprout
of
wall is
toxic
like a
spinners.
shield to walk through over there. You can
It
just shoot
is.
his curveball. Really nice Sprout wall. He does go down to Ramana.
Wow. Oh,
97,
97%.
98.
Wow.
Oh.
They fell so late. Just a little bit more and they actually would have taken that.
That was insane. Okay, we were seeing 2 overtime Brawl Ball games and now some really neck to neck hot zone matches.
Disgustingly close, honestly. Jellyqueen, I can't believe what I'm seeing in the semifinals of WigglyCup Asia number 2, Avengers and Toxic Spinner versus Newbies. It's really getting to such an intense point. And now we see a fight for mid control once again.
The Legend almost takes our walkthrough, but he doesn't win that duel. If you think about it, Junglin just needs to get 2 shots off of the B and he died, right?
Yep, that's the power of Byron.
Yep. Yeah, Byron is actually really strong right now. It looks like... Oh!
Wow. That was a very interesting situation. I think Sprout was kind of overcommitting, but B shouldn't have died either, so that was a bit funny to watch. But we see Walk again popping the lifeline just to hold the middle. Knowing they don't really have a tank, you know, they kind of have to like add it up, and I think what they really need is awfully to be in that position on the left. You know, like how he was in the previous games. He was proving to be a huge distraction on the side of Newbies, and we do see him trying to push up on the right side, which also could be plausible. But Ramana with a very nice bouncy castle, not able to fall at that point, but you know, Walk is just, you know, in and out of the middle zone. He's really just racking up the percentage with some very, very nice dodges on against Avengers. Ramana with the super, clipping them a bit, and we see the side of Toxic Spinner veering towards the left, respecting Ramana's position over here. And now we see
awfully get the positioning though. He does get it, and both teams are playing so well because they're all not rushing them in, you know. They've been pushing their respective right sides. I've been seeing Legend push up on the left, I've been seeing Ramana push up on the right, I've been seeing Awfully going from left to right to left again. He's just playing deathmatch at this point. I think his aim was to try to take out the B there, because B is such a counter to walk through. Once he gets that supercharged bullet, he manages to take out walk through in one shot. So I mean, okay, it looks like this time round, Toxic Spinners wins.
Yeah, they do win. It was.
Help me out.
It is a lot
dying
going on. I mean, Toxic Spinners really. I feel like they kind of they knew the game plan this time around. They knew the person in the zone is gonna have to be Walk, and Zhenglin would merely just be healing them from the bottom, and they'll just let Sprout go and like roam, you know, and do his thing. Find the B, find the Rico, be annoying as you can. And I'll just heal the spike in the middle. And I think that was their game plan, and it really worked out to their advantage this time around. Really playing their comp right. And it just looked like Newbies just didn't have the same kind of threat as they did in the previous couple of Hot Zone games. That being said, I mean, Newbies did take the Brawl Ball set, so we will be going into our third set, which will be... Drumroll, please. Yes, Goldarm Gulch.
Goldarm Gulch, yes. And you were saying that like how this map is played is just on the left and right lane, right? And I believe this is the first time that we are seeing a set 3 of today. We've been seeing a lot of clean sweeps, 2-0s in our quarters and, you know, in our starting games. But as the matches progress and now in semifinals, we deserve this. We deserve to see a set 3. And having knockout as the first game mode that hasn't appeared tonight, I love to see it, because once you're dead, it's over. There's no second chances. There's no forgiveness right there. It has to be played to perfection. And as the poison cloud just closes in, you know, the little area in the middle just becomes so tight. I don't even know who to predict on this map.
Honestly, on this map, based on my competitive experience, I think a lot of people like to play Jean. They like to play Fang.
Yeah.
They do like sometimes to play like Daryl. Rico is like, I feel like it's 100% pick rate on this map because it's never banned and it's always picked. And we do see a lot of Tick or Sprout. That's also one thing we'll see. So my guess is we'll probably have Eve and Fang banned out, because Eve can abuse the waters and Fang is just extremely OP as the clouds close in. You know, he just gets a lot of value with his super. So we'll probably be seeing some Rico and some throwers over here. along with some Jean, maybe a Leon on the side of the team which has the first pick, and as the last pick we might see some interesting things like Stu, or it could be anything. It could even be a wall break. For all we know, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, just like you said, the thing about knockout is you only have one life, so you have to position yourself very carefully. There's no such thing as farming super so you respawn with your super. No, it's not happening. When you die, you die. You're not coming back. That's the thing about knockout. So people are going to be playing a lot more passively than they would normally be in maybe other modes. So that's why knockout could sometimes be one of the most long drawn out game modes. And one special thing about this map, Jess, if you didn't know that, is that the poison clouds, they come in really suddenly from the sides, like from the bushes.
Oh yes.
Like, it's taken me by surprise so many times that I've just constantly I made a mental note to myself that when the poison clouds, when you see the poison clouds,
stay away.
it's coming in
the bushes, right?
Yeah, you can't stand there anymore. If you stand there, you're gonna take damage and you might die, and you will also be shown to the enemy. So it really forces you to play in that middle area where a lot of these throwers have that value, and I think that's the power of throwers and all of these late game kind of brawlers on this map. So really excited to see what we'll see in this map finally. We did see a set being taken by newbies on Super Beach, and another set being taken on the side of Toxic Spinners in Ring of Fire. So this will be our third set. For those who are just tuned in, we are streaming the WigglyCup Asia number 2 of this year, and looks like we are in game. Take it away, just Jellyqueen.
Alright, let's go. So it seems like we have a very control comp on both sides. I mean, you predicted a Rico, and there we see it. It seems like in place of the Rico, Awfully is on the Ruffs instead, probably for that shield gadget and that heal star power. I see both of their healths going up, that's why they're all staying together. It seems like they're just bouncing off each other's passives. Love to see a Darrow as well. Oh,
yep,
Walkthrough is so low. I feel like Walkthrough and Awfully just need to work together and stay alive. When one goes down, one can't really operate without the other. It's a little bit hard. Zhenglin is more of like a solo kind of brawler, solo kind of player role at this point. And Darrow does have his super now, so he could make a really good role, make really good play, but we're just looking for opportunities. The Poison Cloud is coming in, and Avengers is pushing Walkthrough. The Legend gets bounced to Awfully, but Awfully is low.
Ooh, Awfully actually falls, and the Legend actually gets ticked by that poison for 1000 damage, and that leaves it in a 1v1 situation. Ramana versus Zhenglin. Zhenglin with the shapeshifter.
He's dead.
Wow!
Wait!
Ramana almost manages to cluster. What an insane gadget. I did not expect that. It looked like it was clearly in favor of Zhenglin in that point, but wow, that gadget really took, I think, everybody by surprise there.
Indeed. It just got so messy. This map almost looks like Tetris. They're just trying to navigate for shelter behind these little blocks. And yeah, honestly, Brawl did far more damage than you would have noticed. He already had his super up, and it's only been like 5 seconds into the game. Brawl is a really vital pick, and having Avengers on that Rico makes their team composition so annoying.
Yeah,
well, it's actually low here, but to no avail. They have.
Looks like Walk might be going for a pull, gets it on the Legend. I saw that a mile away, and Zhenglin immediately responds with the speed, looking to punish Ramana and Avengers, and they do on both. What a clean first round on Knockout. Wow, that went from like 0 to 100 so fast. Jellyqueen, that was like the moment they got the kill on the Darrow, was like the rest are squishy, let's go, and they just like went straight in for it, and the whole team committed, and they pulled off a very quick round win. And now let's see if there'll be a change in strategy on the side of the newbies.
It seems like there is, because now we have the Rico and the Sprout kind of leaning towards the left side, probably breaking the teamwork between Walk and Awfully. Zhenglin seems to be tapping onto the Darrow as a result, and Darrow does have his Legend. Yep, the Legend. Let's see if he can make some legendary rolls right here. I love how Ramana had been playing really kind of duelist forward position roles in this whole tournament, but now he's on the Sprout.
Wow.
Oh,
Beautiful coming in, trying to punish.
The legend actually rolls away with 157 HP.
Wow.
Nirvana tried to support him, but all attention goes to him instead. He goes down. Avengers being separated from the legend. The legend just shooting his little.
He's
dead.
just trying to get his super at this point, and he's probably gonna suicide to the poison, trying not to feed Zhonglin his super. Oh, it looks like he did go back in the way of Zhonglin. But yes, I feel like, you know what we didn't see is we saw the pull in the Daryl, we saw the speed, but they actually went, I think they went and they focused down the Sprout first, and that kind of made it a 3v2 situation.
What is that? That was not very legendary of you.
That...
How a 3v2?
Oh, but this could be a throw here. You look at both of these brawlers.
Could. Wait up.
Avengers could easily team wipe here. Honestly, I feel like Toxic Spinners aren't respecting the value of Rico on this map. Wow. Almost could have been a throw that Zhonglin was actually one shot at one point, but he's doing a really good job.
Well. Oh my gosh, goes down.
Oh, but Walk with a confident pull. Wow. What a game. Toxic Spinners takes that clean 2-0. I mean, they almost threw that in the last point, just like I was a bit scared.
What's happening?
But I feel like that Gene Max synergy was just so good. Like, they really knew how to capitalize on the Gene pulls. I mean, I don't think Gene missed a single pull this entire game. And they really managed to win the game based off of that to start the momentum and get the ball rolling. And then they could punish. And I think it's just a really good draft on the side of Toxic Spinners. And GG's, you know, well played. You are our first finalist, I believe. It's finalist. Congratulations, we're at final already.
Congratulations to you guys. It honestly, a big shout out to the other team newbies as well. Not so newbies after all, because they put up a great fight. Like the fact that we managed to go to set 3 and with the first ever set of Brawl Ball being an overtime game, it was really close. It was really, really close.
Right
but
from
a
the
very
start.
well deserved win. I think the strategy and everything, very well played. Very, very well played to both teams.
Definitely. And yep, so that would be the outcome of newbies versus Toxic Spinners if you look at the brackets here. And the next will be Geek Fam versus Extra Toxic Boys. So that will be our next semi-finals matchup. And the winner will fight Toxic Spinners in the grand finals, competing for the prize pool. So Toxic Spinners have basically guaranteed their $30 and are just looking to grab that 30 more as we go in watch the next matchup, which will be Geek Fam versus Extra Toxic Boys.
Indeed, indeed. So maybe we'll go for a 2-minute break. You guys can go to the restroom or grab a snack to prepare for the grand finals, and we'll see you really soon. When we come back, we'll let you know who we are spectating. I mean, sorry, not who. There's only 2 people left, Aaron. Okay, we'll let you know who won the semifinals between the last 2 remaining teams, and as well as update you guys on the brackets. So this time, update you guys on the brackets and the maps. There will be 5 sets this time, so we'll be seeing all of the modes, like Jab Grab, Brawl Ball, the favorites, you know. Yep, we'll catch you guys soon. Okay, guys, welcome back from our short break. Correction, I think we will be watching the other semifinals match. So, yep, we'll be diving into that really soon.
Yep, so I believe the players would begin the draft phase now. So it is the same set of maps as we saw just now, which will be Super Stadium, Super Beach as the map changed in the name. But Super Beach followed by Ring of Fire, and if it's a 1-1 situation, we will go on to the final map, which my memory is failing me.
My memory is also failing me. We just watched it, you know. Gold Arm Gulch in knockout.
Yes, Gold Arm Gulch. That name is so hard to remember. If anyone says says that Aaron's a competitive player, just say he doesn't know his maps and he's trash. Fine. Anyways, I'm pretty excited to see whether we'll see a switch up in comps. I think in the first map, we always saw Bali, we always saw Byron. Judging that the band would probably be the same, probably going to be an Eve or a Fang kind of band. I'm quite curious to see if there's going to be any switch up in the comps. I believe in the monthly finals we did see Griff played instead of some other picks.
Oh, Griff, yes. Griff is such a good counter to tanks, honestly.
Yeah, his DPS is insane. Like
drink some water. Hold on.
All good. Like his DPS with the damage gear is just like, wow. Yeah. You know what? I think it's a good idea to hydrate everybody. If you're playing in the matches, if you're spectating, always a good idea to hydrate. Keep yourselves hydrated, and
But hydrate. Keep yourself hydrated. Very hydrate. Yes, but honestly, since Fang is so strong, he's constantly banned, and it's a little sad because I was hoping to see more Fang like gameplay tonight.
Yeah, Fang.
We didn't even see an Eve,
Yeah, we didn't. Fang and Eve just always the brawlers which are banned out. I feel like sometimes we did see Fang a couple times. I believe we saw it on Crystal Arcade. Really well. Fang played Fang against Geek Fam. That one. And is that it? I feel like
that was it, right? I don't think he was played in Brawl Ball at all, or like Hot Zone.
Oh, I think
I
he
don't
was
remember
played
seeing his
on...
popcorn thingy. Like,
no, people use the new gadget, which is the stun, the roundhouse
I
kick.
see.
So that's the meta gadget right now. The moment it came out, everyone just switched over. But I think we did see it in Sneaky Fields, a very strong Fang as well. If you remember our first match, which was Toxic Spinners versus CNM.
I see.
We also saw Fang there, so hopefully we get to see more Fang today. And
all right.
All right, let's get into the first game. Not started as of yet, but I really hope to see some very close games, just like we saw earlier on. Yeah, can we just take a look at the brackets again, just for those who are just joining the stream right now, to get you up to speed with where we're at. So we just watched Newbies versus Toxic Spinners, and Toxic Spinners took that to the final set, where they did win 2-1. That's right. And now we're going to be spectating Geek Fam versus Extra Toxic Boys as they fight for the grand final spot, where they will compete for the grand prize of 90 SGD total. And and so
I don't think we've seen the Extra Toxic Boys like play tonight yet. We've watched a lot of Toxic Spinners. We've watched 2 of Geek Fam's games, so it'll be kind of a breath of fresh air to see who are these players, because I'm not very sure who the roster is.
Yeah, I do believe that it is a team from India as well, similar to Penguin Gang, but possibly a stronger team. Looking at how far they've come, I think we do have a very interesting set of names. Like we have Toxic Spinners, I have Extra Toxic Boys. I mean, like, what's with all
everybody loves to be toxic,
guys? Anti-toxic, if that's even a word. Anti-toxic.
Me, Aaron, and the admin is going to form a team called Anti-Toxic.
Yes, we will play in the tournament where this is after we're finished and we've graduated and we've punkung from the whole Claxon and WigglyCup scene. We will join back as Anti-Toxic team, Anti-Toxic squad or fam.
Okay,
anyway,
so we are in our first game, and really nice. We're seeing the very first drift and Ash tonight, I think.
Yep, we're seeing that. We're actually seeing that
this a
Fire and
goal?
Ash
Wait,
combo.
hold up.
Wow! Finn
Hold
running
up.
it down.
Hold
Extra Toxic
up.
Boys with an early goal.
Yeah,
Well
very
played.
nice debut by them tonight. A very early goal by Shafin, and looking at it, I think Ash might be a menace towards Bali. It'll take so much of Bali's shots to get him out, so hopefully Griff doesn't get on the Bali's lane. We,
Does
however,
manage to
do
take
have
down
an...
Shafin.
Yeah, he does, and we have an Ems, so Ems is really good for all those burst plays, good on defense as well. A very overall well-rounded brawler for this map. And we also have a Bell on the side of Geek fam. Looking at... Oh my gosh, I thought the ball was going to go in and I low-key got stressed there. But Drago...
Oh no, Drago, no! Oh, I'm crying inside, Drago. Drago, no, Drago, our friend. How? I mean, okay, honestly, that was a very precarious situation to be in. I mean, you're a Bali, you have 0 ammo, you have to super the ball away. It can be a stressful situation. Nice try. Go
Yeah.
next. Let's see if we can win this time around.
Almost manages to take out Crescent though with
Almost.
400 HP. Arya does go down, leaving Void the only one standing. Both teams waiting for their teammates to respawn. And I think Drago will be having a little bit of a hard time against Crescent there. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like Drago can win if he plays like slow and plays it smart. But I mean, Void got a huge kill on Trashant over there, and that's gonna give a lot of space as they try to focus Crescent down, but not without
Very
taking
nice idea
Arya
by Crescent.
first.
Do you see how he zipped from the right side of the map to the left side of the map just to help his teammates out? I think that was a good pick. And now Shafin is on to Drago. He's literally going to die, and
But not with him dying as well. Arya coming in to get the trade off as well. And now we have a 2v2 situation again. Ball hasn't been touched straight in the middle. And they're
Oh,
it looks
right,
like they're
that's
just
true.
fighting for the mid control at this point. Arya with a nice super, barely taking out Trashan at the last moment. Drago as well, finding the kill on Crescent. This could be a situation, this could be an opportunity to score. Arya looks like he's gonna try to walk it in. Not quite looking to stay alive from the super, almost found him. And now it looks like Geek Fam's gonna reset and trying to hold the control.
I think it was a smart move by Extra Toxic Boys to have that shift in matchups. We're shoving on the right lane now because this is gonna make it extra hard for Bali. Shavin actually got so much value there. He managed to take down Drago and got 2 of the other teammates low, eventually getting the support from his other team to take them out. Crescent does try to get the ball in, but 2 of the team is spawned and
It's not enough. Arya, but Crescent is getting a lot of value. Arya now at 1 shot. This could be a still an opportunity. Finn, Shafin going crazy with his super down.
Might be a goal here. It's so hard to defend
Arya
against this.
might fall. The ball is in a precarious position. It looks like Crescent is just going to get the kill on Geek and reset again. Don't think they're able to score right now unless...
Wait.
My goodness. This is a back and forth in the spawn of Geek Fam. My goodness. But now 15 seconds left to overtime. It will leave Geek at a slight disadvantage. I think it's kind of equal in range if you think about it. In fact, Geek might actually have the advantage looking at it now. Ash being a melee brawler versus the rest, which do have range. Trashan getting some nice shots, however.
That's true.
Getting a super off on Arya is keeping it one, but finishes him off as well. As they find the kill on Drago, Crescent pinching on Void.
This
Oh,
should be a
wow.
goal.
That was so clean by Extra Toxic Boys. Actually, that was so clean.
Very clean. Very clean. Really an amazing debut by them tonight. I think having that Ash pick was really unexpected, but really good. I kind of underestimated how much damage an Ash can do, especially against a Bali. Like, I just saw him get so many frags that game. We love to see it.
Like, I think it's only 2 shots once Ash is in that that state of aggression. I don't know what's the name, but that state of aggression.
Yeah, that state of aggression.
He just absolutely destroyed Drago over there on the body, and that was hard to see. It looks like they did manage to play it smart before overtime actually came into play. They managed to get the kills, find the position, and a very solid team wipe into overtime led them into a clean first round of Brawl Ball to extra Toxic Boys.
Are we going to see our second game? Come on, let's go.
Alright.
I'm honestly just happy to have a change of scenery. I'm tired of seeing a Spike. I'm tired of seeing all these typical brawlers. I guess that's the thing about having a brawl meta. Like, just having that selected pool of really, really strong brawlers. Like, yeah, ought to pick those. So, I love that Ash. I'm just gonna keep going on about it. But yeah, and I see some of our semi-finalists in the chat. Hello, Rabada. We were commenting your stew. Very nice aggro plays by you, if you guys remember.
Yep, definitely. I feel like on Super Beach especially, when we saw Raman on the stew, really, really well played. Using that, closing that gap between the M's, finding a lot of kills which he shouldn't have actually gotten. It was a very intense set, and we do see a pretty close set here as well. But it looks like Extra Toxic Boys kind of know what they're doing with the Byron Ash combination. They look really confident in the way they executed that as well. You know, just waiting until the map opens up and just getting the kills at the right times, finding the frags and getting that win as we move into the next set, which is Ring of Fire and in Hot Zone. What do you think we'll be seeing this time around, Jess? What do you think we'll be seeing a B again?
No, I think that was just like a one-time show kind of thing. But
I think so too.
honestly, right, when I saw the Sprout pick, I can't remember if it was Legend. Was it Legend who played Sprout? When he pushed up to the left lane and put his little wall there, it was such a menace for the opponents to flush him out of there. Sprout is definitely such a strong pick, and even if he doesn't put his walls there, he can put it in the middle and use it as a little shield. You know, you can just kind of pop in and out doing damage there. So very strong pick, and probably Ruffs as well. Ruffs and Rico. We've seen some amazing usage of Bouncy Castle today. I think Bouncy Castle has been such a clutch, like that was such a great addition to the game. It made Rico like twice as strong. So
yeah, I think twice as strong is a statistic, which is probably pretty accurate. I mean, Bouncy Castle is definitely the stronger Rico gadget. It provides value in a lot of situations where you think the Rico's gonna die and you just kind of like, oh, he's already dead, he's just one shot, and then you forget, you know, Bouncy Castle comes into play. He just regens all the way to full HP just like that, and suddenly it's a whole nother problem to deal with. I think Romana really did a really good job on Rico on the right side, even on the left side. I remember him getting a nice trade off of Byron at one point as well. And now we go into our next game. Extra Toxic Boys versus Geek Fam. They're up
Piper.
1. And yeah, we do see a Piper versus Byron mid.
Oh, that was such an easy sweep by Arya using the homemade recipe, not secret recipe, but yes, they do have some really good pies, as Aaron said. He manages to take out Crescent. Void does go down as well.
Almost manages to find him again on Crescent, but Crescent manages to get a very nice tap of his own, and Arya is going to fall.
He does go down. Yes, indeed. I think having Gale is such a nice pick as well, because you can just blow your opponents off of that hot zone, but dealing with a Tara on your lane would be a little bit difficult for Void.
Looks like Void is actually going to opt to switch lanes over here. But Trashan does see that coming as he gets caught out.
Oh,
but look at Finn in the face of everybody. Gets 2. That is not supposed to happen. Oh my goodness, still alive with his super. It looks like they kind of forgot. I don't know what's happening, but he's still in their bush, just creating a lot of havoc over there. Void finally trying to scout him out. It looks like Void is getting hit on all 3 directions. Finn with a very nice super as well, dodging the curveball.
Oh, is Finn alive?
Wow, look at the presence.
That might have cost Geek Fans win this round actually, because they lost so much control there. If Draco had just taken him out, they would have been able to advance a little further. And
ooh.
Oh,
Geek
there's nothing much to say about this, honestly.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I feel like Void almost managed to stay alive. They were really trying to get Crescent out of the mid there. They did, but not without both of them falling. Finn actually going with a triple super here, getting all of them low. Trashan finishing both of them off. Wow, look at that team chemistry and the synergy. It's so strong. I feel like Extra Toxic Boys are looking really good into this first set of Hot Zone.
They're looking really, really, really strong. And I think it was a bit surprising because I thought Tara would, you know, being an assassin and having that pull, you could get so much value off of this, especially if it's just one hot zone. But no, he didn't. He never really got to use his super that much.
Yeah,
I'm
we
kind of
only-
surprised at the Tara pick, and I think Finn had such excellent movement right there. I think he was definitely the star player for that round. But anyways, back into the second game. We have Void trying to push up.
Oh, and a nice tap from Arya to
Very
finish off
nice.
Finn. Like, Finn was one of the biggest problems earlier on, and getting that kill could be huge for Geek
That's
Fam
what they
over here.
needed, to be honest.
Crescent doing a nice job dodging over here, but we do have to wait. Arya's trying to stall in time for Void to spawn, but control shifts in favor of Extra Toxic Boy. Drago putting the super down, trying to get the pinch off. Arya with a nice tab, but Byron is not going to allow him to die anytime soon. Knows Finn is so impactful in this game. Spamming all of his shots to keep Finn alive, but Void actually opting for the pull, gets it off, and Finn is down. And this is looking good for Geek Fam as they're up 50 to 11%.
Indeed. They're so low, but honestly, a really nice comeback from Geek Fam as compared to the previous games. But look at Finn, he's at that annoying corner, he's trying to do the same thing.
My
Draco
goodness.
has to take him out this time. And I want to comment Trashant as well, because it looks like he's not doing much, but he is, in fact. He's just been pinching at that left lane for the longest time, being such a nuisance, flushing them towards Finn's direction, and we just have Crescent at the back supporting both of his teammates. So,
Finn alive yet again. That guy was at triple digits at
yes,
one
and
point.
it's tight now, Aaron. It's back to 52%.
Oh,
It was
Finn
first
with the
to 52.
triple. Oh no, Finn is popping off again. Oh, looking for a squeeze on Trashan here, but Crescent is not allowing any of his teammates to fall anytime soon. The
Void
healing.
needs to use his super and get Finn out of there.
Wow.
That walk up was not it.
Wow, look at that teamwork. All of them covering for each other. You know, Finn saw that Trashan was in a tight spot over there, used the super to keep him alive. And now, you know, Crescent just holding the zone for a very, very clean 2-0 against Geek Fam. Wow, congratulations to Extra Toxic Boys. You really proved yourself this time around.
They did. I was really shocked. I didn't know that they were that strong. Like, their team chemistry was insane, and they all played out their roles perfectly. Like the Byron, he didn't overextend, he didn't overcommit, he just sat there and kept healing his teammates. It was really good. And Finn with the positioning, I think the decision making had to be really
It was flawless.
on par with timing. Yeah.
Flawless.
Exactly. Like the way that, you know, he just dodged all those curveball shots as well as positioning himself in that little corner where he couldn't get hit. He managed to go back and heal up and then go forward again. And then we have the Ruffs on the left lane just pinching them. It was a disaster, but for the other team. But
Yeah,
what can you
Geek
say?
Fam was not having a good time.
yes, a little bit questionable on the Tara pick there, because perhaps Void should have used it to get Finn out of there. At one point, I just saw him like spawning and then walking up and dying, so I'm not really sure what that is, but it's okay, you know, it was a nice try. I think that Extra Toxic Boys had the upper hand in terms of comp, but you know, you learn.
You lose and you learn. That's how it goes, boys. Geek Fam, you'll get them next time. Once a fam, always a geek. You know, we love Geek Fam. We'll see you in the next tournament. Hopefully, we can go and see you in the grand finals. But that being said, huge props to Extra Toxic Boys. They took a very clean set. You know, just like you were saying, Jess, the execution and the decisions and the timing and the mechanical dodging, it was all played almost to perfection. I think we saw some huge plays from Finn over there. Shafin, for those who know him, you know, he was really impactful on the Gale, on his Ashe as well in Super Beach, getting some really important kills. Wow, it was a really good execution on the side of Extra Toxic Boys, and they are our second finalists. So I'm really excited for these finals, Jellyqueen, as we go Extra Toxic Boys versus Toxic Spinners. Who do you think is going to win this matchup?
I feel like it's really a neck to neck. I would have said at the start Toxic Spinners, but seeing how strong Extra Toxic Boys, do you realize both of them are called Toxic? Okay, never mind. We love
the
that.
clash
Honestly,
of
we
the
love
toxic.
that energy. Yes, we'll see who's the most toxic one, who appears on the top and takes the cake. But I have my bets on Extra Toxic Boys this time. I really like their team chemistry. I think the way that they use their utilities, their supers together, their gadgets, it was a very nicely done combination of just supporting each other. And you know, I see Panda in the chat. He says Geek Fam improving though. Yes, we don't want to discredit them. They really come a long way, and I'm sure all of us in the community are really proud of them for coming so far. Like the fact that they made it all the way to semifinals, and yeah, it's amazing. So good job, guys. Maybe we can take a look at the grand final map because this time we have 5 sets. So yes, love to see it. All right, first set of grand finals. What do you think, Aaron?
I mean, Layer Cake. I mean, all of these maps, Layer Cake, Bridge Too Far, they're all very competitive. They're all competitive maps, and they are in the competitive map pool. So we're gonna see some very strong picks influenced by the competitive scene, I would say, because I've seen these people, Extra Toxic Boys. I've scrimmed with them a lot in just like pickups, and yeah, they are very familiar with the drafts and the matchups. And Toxic Spinner as well. Being a monthly finalist, you'd expect them to know it as well. Layer Cake, one of those semi-open maps, but with a twist. They could go with their own throwers. Tick and Sprout are favorites as the last picks. Tick, in fact, is not really the last pick, but usually sometimes a first pick because of the amount of control it has. Able to pinch other lanes down as well as completely lock down a lane. As you can see, the map is split up into 3 clear lanes, left, middle, and right side, with the center star being the blue star in the middle. I think we're going to have some very interesting Layer Cake games. I think Eve is very strong here as well as Fang, which means that we'll most likely see them banned out as well. I'll be surprised if we see them in play. Anyways,
Eve is so strong. If you look at that left river, like, you could easily just walk over it. I really want to see an Eve. I know she's so strong to play against and she's always banned, but hopefully this time round she wouldn't, But okay, anyways, let's move on to the second set because we have 5 to go through. So, Bridge Too Far.
If the team is ready, they could always, ready up, and then we'll talk about the maps in the draft phase. Also a very plausible idea. But anyways, we'll just go through the maps slowly as the teams get ready to start Layer Cake. Bridge Too Far. What are your thoughts on this map?
This is honestly an Eve map as well. So a high possibility that Eve might not be banned because I would think that they would want to play her. I pushed my Eve like for 2 hours on this map the other day and it was really strong. So just that river is really just that river component. You can go from the left lane to the mid to the right lane. There's so much support from the Eve here on this map. But definitely we'll be seeing classic picks like Brock, maybe Piper, Sprout as well, because Sprout has so much control. If you play mid and you can help your right lane, you can help your left lane, you can wall off your mid, it's awesome, honestly.
Yeah, Sprout really does have a lot of control on this map. But Eve, although it's so strong, I think as the team which is not gonna have the first pick, they'll definitely ban it out because of its strength, unless they're trying for something a bit on the unconventional side. So I really doubt we'll see Eve played on this map, as much as I'd like to see it. As much as I'd like to see you play Eve as well, Jellyqueen. Yeah, I think, exactly. The brawlers you mentioned, definitely will probably see them. Brock sometimes comes in as a nifty last pick to break open the walls and reduce the effectiveness of a thrower, like Sprout.
Yes.
And we do see Bell as well to, the bounces on the save. Do you remember that earlier on we saw the bounce on the save actually take out one of the enemy opponents? That was so painful to see. But Bell as well. 8-bit sometimes we see 8-bit and Colette, countering each other. Kind of also strong picks on this map. Pam, in fact, is actually forced on this map as a competitive agent. Yeah, it's actually so strong and it's quite surprising that we do see a Pam played over here. Anyways,
because she's just good at control?
It's because of the area that you can't really juke Pam's shots. Like once you're in Pam's range, and then with that gadget as well, you can just instantly like suck all the ammo out of your enemies. And and it's pretty good, decent to counter to Fang as well, if you think about it. She's thick as heck and she has the gadget to suck all the ammo out of Fang, and that means that it's an easy kill for Pam. And yeah, that's why Pam is also sometimes played here. Yeah, let's go on to the next map, Pinhole Punt.
Okay. So Pinhole Punt, we have the classic square of grass. It can be really annoying because you can get some sneaky positioning on the lanes as well. There's so much focus on the middle part, but let's not discredit the lanes. I think Ems being a very classic pick here. Sandy, there's just I feel like, it's just always Ems, it's just always Sandy, it's just always these kinds of brawlers But if Eve is not banned, do you think Eve might make an appearance here? Although there are no rivers or waters anywhere, but you could still use her gadgets to jump over these walls and get some sneaky little kills as well.
I think Eve definitely could be played in any map, in fact. Because of
That's
that
true.
range, that range is just so, like, nobody is used to it yet, I would say. Unless you've been screaming with Eve, like, every day, you wouldn't be used to that range because it's you simply can't even see it coming. But so it is possible we'll see Eve, but I think we also tend to see a lot of Pam on this map. Pam is actually really, really sneaking into the meta. We see Spike, Gale, all these, like, really strong brawlers right now. And in fact, I'm surprised we haven't seen it at all today. There hasn't been any Lola played, and Lola is actually a really, really strong brawler in the current meta. But
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! I just realized that.
yeah, I don't know. I think maybe everyone is just overthinking it, or this is kind of like the Asian, Southeast Asian kind of meta. Kind of forgotten some of these strong picks, which other regions tend to abuse a lot. Like Lola. Lola is really good into like Pam, and it's a really solid range. Huge damage. Surprised we didn't see it in any heist map at all either.
We didn't see her at all.
Yeah, it's 0, and I'm very sure that she was probably not banned in a lot of the games, like probably 95%. Maybe just a forgotten pick over there. Anyways, yeah, we do see sometimes the likes of Rico and Ruffs, all of these players who like to abuse that bounce, against the side borders of the map. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Crow is a really good brawler to shut down a lot of these fast pushes like Max. When people like to run Max Jean, Pam kind of speed, run in your face, run it down, get the ball on the goal ASAP kind of comps, that's when Crow comes in to kind of, slow everything down. Yeah, that's why we see Crow being banned a lot as a first ban. So if Crow is banned and Fang is banned, that means Eve is open. And if Crow is banned and Eve is banned, that means Fang is open. So hopefully we'll see one of these meta brawlers come into play on Pinhole Punt. Yep, and take it away with Hard Rock Mine in Gem Grab Jess.
Okay, yes, big apologies, guys. When I was doing the GFX, I didn't leave a space between Hard Rock, but it's fine. I love this map. I think it's just so fun to play with, especially Rico. Rico on the lane is so strong. You could honestly swap him out for Ruffs as well. And I just feel like Belle, all these long range brawlers will be played. Belle, once you just cluster up together in those little bushes, the damage just bounces off each other. It can be really annoying, and you could play some strategic Belle traps here and there. It could be really strong, but I'm not sure about the third pick. Maybe you can fill it in for me.
I mean, Belle, Sandy, I feel like on the sides we really like a strong Rico. I think Rico is super good on this map. I've had the pleasure of casting alongside Panda for the Queso Cup, and I've seen some of the EU teams actually dominate with Rico on this map so badly. Like, it's really, really difficult to handle a good Rico. I think we've seen some good Rico plays today as well, and we know the potential of a good Rico and how impactful it is on the entire team. And yeah, so Rico is very strong on the lanes. We also have Ruffs. Sometimes as a last pick, or as a last pick, generally we sometimes see a Sprout pick to kind of counter maybe a Ruffs and a Rico, and also have that wall to zone out one of the sides. But yeah, as a mid, we also do have like 8-bit and Byron.
Oh yes, you could put the turret behind those walls, but Belle could be one of the strongest mid picks in this map.
Yep, definitely.
Belle's just so versatile here with the range and everything. Or maybe a Byron as well to support the lanes.
Yeah, Belle in the mid lanes as well. Exactly like you said, it really helps to hold the ground. His super is actually super underrated. Super is super underrated.
Underrated. Super underrated.
super underrated. Belle's super right there. Getting the tag on some of these tanks which people like to play on the lanes. Daryl is also a very, very common pick in certain situations. It's going to be interesting to see how this map comes into play and what picks we'll see. I feel like these maps, the comms can like range from like 1 to 100. There's like so many different combinations, so many brawlers you can use on these maps as compared to the other maps we've seen today. So I'm really excited as we come into these games later on. And finally, we will be having Flaring Phoenix on Knockout.
We are in the game. Okay.
We're in game. Let's go.
We finally do not bore you with all these map chatters,
Analysis.
but we have an Eve, guys. Finally, we have Crescent on an Eve, and awfully getting very close to the opponent's there, but doesn't die. He does have a pull though. Grabs Finn. Finn goes out and he stays alive as well with 93 health. Very large clutch by Awfully there, and Crescent with 144 HP manages to back off. I think both teams are trying to reset now. Sprout on the max lane. Shuffle getting a little too close, but
what a wall to just stop him in his track.
What a
and
wall.
Shuffling with a nice squeeze, but you know, Awfully with a pull gets the trade off by Crescent. It's not allowing him to leave alive. Tsungin trying his best to stay out Crescent. Oh, that was so hard to watch. Missing those point blank shots. I mean, it's not easy in these high pressure situations.
It looks easy, but it ain't, guys.
It really isn't. Against a good team like Extra Toxic Boys, the clash of the spinners of the toxic boys. Sorry, the toxic teams. It's gonna be a very intense match we hear. Zhenglin, oh no!
Goes down.
Actually getting hit by every single sprout shot there. Not what toxic spinners want to see. Awfully dodging some nice shots. Zhenglin with his speed could capitalize pretty soon. Awfully getting stuck on the bell gadget is not going to be too good, but
that
looks
is
like
annoying.
They weren't really punished. And
yes.
7-13. Toxic
Awfully does have
really need to do
that could be a
something.
turnaround.
I
think Extra Toxic Boys has the better comp, Baron.
I think you're right as well. I feel like they just have solid brawlers all around. But the power of Toxic Spinners lies in their synergy as Zhenglin and Awfully speed up together. But no, the push has crumbled so quickly thanks to the belt gadgets and Finn shutting down. Walk over there.
Awfully, use your super.
Awfully with a pull. Oh no, doesn't really find it. And I think if he actually got the Eve over there, might have tied things up. I'm not too sure. I couldn't really see. They were kind of like over each other, but really close final ending.
It was 11-15. It was kind of close. I feel like Extra Toxic Boys put up such a strong fight. They had the better comp there. I feel like Zhenglin, despite being a max and being that brawler and having that hit to get out of sticky situations, it was so hard because of how this map is built. Walk through there trying to go for an aggressive play against Shafin, but Shafin manages to get away scot-free. I feel like Shafin has been the king of escapes. He's been able to get that aggression but come back on defense. So very well played, very balanced plays by him.
Walk and a bit of a Zhenglin, is he gonna punish? No, not today. He's gonna wait for Walk and try to play as a team together. What we're waiting for right now is Awfully to get his magic hand or his pull and to get that position off of Shafin. Look at him just standing in the middle there, spamming shots over there. Zhenglin not happy, gonna speed up, trying to get a punish right here. There are two bell gadgets in his way. He could use a shapeshifter, he does, and going to continue to put some pressure on Shafin. Awfully in the spot, gets a nice pull. Trashan is down.
Nice 5-8. It's very close. A very cute gadget by Crescent there. I think it was a misplay. I think he knew as well, but I think all eyes are on Awfully right now because he's the one that has to make the opportunities for his team. He has to get his super up and hopefully grab Shafin or somebody else, but it's been so hard. They're making Jean almost look like a weak pick right now with such a decent look at that flank. Look at that flank.
Almost got a nice flank there. Like I think they kind of forgot about him right there, so close to the enemy lines. Maybe he could have got something if he had a bit of support from his teammates, but not gonna happen today. 7-16 stars with 10 seconds left. Awfully and Zhenglin do both have their pulls. If they get a team wipe here, we might have a comeback, but 5 seconds left. The wall completely blocking out Awfully. This game is all but over.
It is all but over.
It's very clean game.
Very clean game. I think Extra Toxic Boys are so strong right now. They're looking like undefeatable, especially with that comp choice. I don't think Geek fam was actually preparing for that, and I'm wondering maybe that max pick wasn't working out well in their favor after all, because Zhenglin he just had to use his shapeshifters for like everything. Like he was getting spammed by the Sprout, he was getting tagged by the bell, he was stepping on the bell gadget. It's just so annoying, and honestly, maybe comp diff, but hopefully in the next map, Toxic Spinners will be able to come out and level out the score of 1-1. Who knows, you know? we do have 5 sets of maps to go through.
Yeah, let's take a look at our next map, which is going to be the grand final pool set number 2, which is going to be Bridge Too Far. And being an extremely open map, we do expect some range picks to be in play. Like we mentioned, Bell, Piper, 8-bit Pam, all these kind of picks to kind of shut down the lanes. Fang is definitely still open. Don't forget about Fang. People do play Fang here and make it work because he's just so strong in the meta right now. So we could be seeing something like that. I mean, we did see Eve for one of the few times today, and it's really proving to be a very difficult brawl to handle. We saw, Toxic Spinners really try their best to handle Eve. I don't think Eve fell even once the entire game. He's just got so much versatility with the gadgets to quickly run away from sticky situations. And yeah, we really, let's see what the draft ends up to be on this map, Bridge Too Far. I believe we will be seeing a very nice game as well. This map is super comp dependent. If you have a better comp and if you get outdrafted by a single brawler, the game is pretty much over unless you throw it. So I really am interested to see the comps and who outdrafts who, or whether we'll have an even draft.
Yeah, I think early game is really important on this map, not so much a mid game and late game, because once you get that early game positioning and you have that control there, it'll be really hard to break the lanes. But since it is a kind of like a 1-to-1 duo, since the lanes are so tight, I feel like, I don't know, when you mentioned Brock being like a pick to break those walls and get the throwers out, it kind of put that thought in my head. Maybe Sprout wouldn't be as strong if there is a Brock pick, especially if Brock chooses Rocket Lasers, but I highly doubt it, right? What do you think?
I think, even with walls broken, the fact that brawlers are still just so constrained by the side lanes makes it very difficult to dodge a Sprout. And if a Sprout knows how to dodge shots normally, it is going to be very difficult for them to kill the Sprout, because they can utilize every single wall, and unless you go with a direct counter of Brock, it will be difficult, and early game will still be difficult for the rest of your team. And it's kind of like a two-way thing, because when you break the walls,
Map is tricky, Aaron. What can I say?
Yeah, it is very tricky. It is very tricky indeed. And as we go into the first game, we do see...
Oh, wait, they're all on one lane?
Wow, they look like they just
Nani!
completely stacked.
We totally forgot about Nani.
Yep, Nani actually very, very strong.
What is going on? I realized Awfully was all the way at the top. It seems like Extra Toxic Boys was kind of sandwiched over there. But anyways,
I think they were doing a gamble 3 on one lane over there. I did not expect that. But Crescent now has his turret, and that could be very, very deadly if they manage to get some damage with it. But Walk and Zhongli with a nice thing.
He's at the top. He's doing damage to the save. He's not in the screen because he's all the way up there. They seem to be ignoring him, going for more of a team push together. Shafid!
If he stayed alive, that would have been disgusting. But anyway, Awfully managed to come around from the top and pinch them downwards, allowing for some relief on the two who are defending. And this is gonna be, they're gonna be trying to stack yet again.
Lola! I just realized there's a Lola.
Yeah, there's a Lola for the first time today. That will be interesting. Lola with super good damage, decent range as well. Walk gonna throw an aggressive turret to deal damage initially. Gonna fall to Trashant, and it's gonna be a 3 versus 1 in this situation. But Awfully came back yet again to finish off Trashant and then continue on the save. Right now, 27 to 28%. Still a very, very close matchup. Crescent is alive on the right side, and if he's ignored, he could deal a lot of damage onto the save. Walk also can deal a lot of damage onto the save and does 15 to 30%. I need a split screen right now, Jess. This is so intense. Wow. The game actually goes to Toxic Spinners over there.
Yeah, it seems like they relied on Trashant and the Nani. I forgot who was playing Nani. Relying on both of them for defense. I realized it was a 2-to-1 on both sides. Indeed, we needed a split screen. But goddamn, I wasn't expecting three brawlers on one lane. I think having that Lola super up is kind of acting as another brawler as well.
It's just
the
so
little
much
shadow
more
is
damage.
exactly. And
I mean,
it actually goes out there. Very nice tap by Zhenglin. It wasn't captured, but it was some really nice shots as a Nani. And we have Awfully all the way at the base, chipping away slowly. He is, however, tagged by Trashant. Manages to get taken down. It's a bit of a reset right now.
Yeah, and we do see the similar stack up of 2 on the extreme left and 1 in the mid from Extra Toxic Boys. Wow, look at Finn using that gadget so well to absolutely decimate a Pam. Oh my goodness. But Zhonglin does find the kill for Sean on the left side over there. Nice clips from Zhonglin.
Very nice.
Taking
Very
the 8-bit
nice.
out walk through as well with the turret to completely demolish Lola. You know, probably not happy about that initial kill over there that he suffered. And now it's a reset. Extra Toxic Boys respawning. This time they're going on a full split. Crescent with his
Crescent
turret.
going wham, but
Oh,
wham,
walkthrough
here comes Fam.
on.
Walkthrough actually steps up and he manages to... Never mind, he goes down there, but there's just so much going on. Can we like go to the other side? Is awfully like on their safe or something? Like
no,
what
he
is happening?
came back around the mid to try and pinch, and did manage to get one of the kills there, and is still continuing on their save. Again, we are in the same situation. Super close, 23 to 30%, 33%. Zhonglin with some nice taps on Finn. Really needs to get Zhonglin out of the picture here. But now we do have the 8-bit turret on defense, which is going to be a lot harder to penetrate through as Walkthrough tries to push up.
Indeed, perhaps Trishant is trying to go for more of an attack kind of strat, but and leaving Crescent on defense instead. It does seem to be working out. Actually, never mind, because Walkthrough smartly placed his turret in the middle and kind of used that as a shield. Suddenly goes down to the
1%. Oh, this could be the comeback of all time. I don't feel so good about this.
I don't feel so good.
Crescent is
going to awfully bad. Does have his super heat.
Oh, he doesn't really get it, but Walkthrough is going on the safe, and Finn is also on their safe. Oh, Walk manages to get that final bit of damage. Oh my goodness, Finn was also going ham on their safe. That was super close again, second time around.
That was
this time,
close, guys. Oh.
Wow, both games going in favor of Toxic Spinners. Super close. I think less than a 5% margin on both games. Wow. We really do need a split screen for this, Jellyqueen. Anyways, wow. I'm just trying to like. That was so all over the place. I think honestly, the star players on the side of Toxic Spinners definitely had to be Zhonglin with some really nice clips, and Walk as well. I think he used his Pam turret so well to catch people off guard.
Nice
with that damage and the placement to tank, and just wow. What are your thoughts, Jellyqueen? Wow, that was such a huge game.
Honestly, when I first saw that Lola, I thought GG easy. It's gonna be a clean sweep because Lola is so strong, especially with her super and just farming that damage. But I want to talk about how underrated that Nani pick was, because when we were predicting the brawler picks, we thought of like Belle, not Byron's correctly, Colette, all these long range brawlers, but we kind of dismissed Nani. And having that return to sender gadget over there, I saw how he just took out Griff in 2 shots, like as a Nani on lane, like, and how her brawler is built, like when the shots kind of diverges and like splits out, it's impossible to dodge. So I just saw Zhonglin farming super after super, and it was
really nice shots by Zhonglin.
Really like, smart pick by them.
Really good shots. Like I don't think I can even hit such consistently good Nani shots. That was really huge. Kudos to you. I think you really had to play a good Nani that game, or it would definitely have gone in favor of extra Toxic Boys. So I think man of the match had to go to you. Congratulations, you've got the heist under your belt. It's not over just yet. I think we are currently 2-1 in terms of sets right now.
Are we? Wow. Seems like things are moving really quick. So...
Oh, it's 1-1. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, 1-1. It's a tie. So moving on to our third right now, which is Brawl Ball. I love Brawl Ball. Is fun. Well, I wonder what our viewers are thinking. Like, if we have any admins who are like active right now, maybe you could put up a poll and you guys can vote who you think will be the winners of the second WigglyCup, because I feel like it's pretty neck to neck. Like, I can't really predict right now. Like, I thought Extra Toxic Boys was really strong, but then Toxic Spinners kind of came out with the better comp. And I don't know, Ramana in the chat is talking about how if 8-bit focused more on the save, it would be an easier win. What do you think? I feel like it was tricky. He was trying to close the distance and do that damage on the save, but there was a lot of support from his teammates, and that's how you see a good team, you know?
Yeah, I think that map was kind of tricky to say. I mean, I think he did try his best in terms of getting the damage down with his 8-bit turret. He did use it on defense at one point, because he was a bit skeptical. He was a bit afraid on the Pam coming on offense. Just walking up the way he did and actually winning that interaction. But yeah, maybe if he did have his turret on the save, it could have had that extra damage boost that they needed to win the game. I mean, we'll never know. It's only like only time can tell. Once they actually figure the strat out and how to play it like properly, or not. I mean, honestly, they did play it properly. It's just how to like extremely optimize every single detail of the way the comp works. That's the only way we'll actually know. Anyways, we're into our first Brawl Ball game. It's gonna be Toxic Spinners against Extra Toxic Boys. 1-1 pinhole punt. Let's see who takes set number 3.
All right. And we have Finn back on the Gale. We've seen how he's used Gale really well in the past. Oh, wait a second. Crescent got such a vital stun off of a walk and manages to get that goal. That was some insane reaction time for using that gadget there.
Yeah, I feel like that was just a lot of map awareness as well. He knew exactly where he was, knew that he was the only guy left. But now, look at that. Toxic Spinners got a very quick goal in return, and now we're all tied up 1-1. We still have plenty of time on the clock, so let's just see who tries to take the control. Walk looking for a super here. Does go on the Pam, gets a stun off, but Claxon very quick to put his turret down and gonna keep himself alive. Zhengli with an insane iron gadget. That gadget managing to connect on 2 of them. Only one Sandy is left remaining to defend. He's going to pop his gadget. No, a bit more aware that Claxon was there to respond. But Walk going in now with the super. Offly with the super as well. Wow, what a clean game. Toxic Spinners take Brawl Ball 1-0 so far.
Very, very clean game. I think the shots connected for all of them as well. And like you were talking about that Byron super, that was so clutch. I just saw the burst from his teammates after that. Like that was the call, the go wham. It's time. It's show time. We're gonna go for the goal. But okay, back onto the second game.
My goodness.
Oh my. Okay, I thought.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even know what to say. My hands are up in the air.
It's been 15 seconds. And we've seen such a quick goal on the side of Toxic Spinners. It looks like they are in control of this Brawl Ball game right now. Wow. A lot of nice taps from Zhengli and Walkthrough capitalizing so quickly. Sandy in a bit of a spot. Crescent is getting pinched. Does pop the gadget. Gets the kill on Awfully and survives. Walk actually managing to survive as well. Claxon is going to try and find Walk.
She goes down there with full HP against Crescent, who was low. I wasn't really expecting that, but perhaps this reset is what Extra Toxic Boys needed for them to push up. However, Walkthrough with the double super. No!
That was crazy. I feel like Walkthrough is so good with his timing on the supers. But Crescent now, holding down the fort, waiting for his teammates to respond to regain the mid control. Does scout out Walkthrough. They managed to get the mid. And now, it looks like Extra Toxic Boys will be looking for a pinch and an opportunity to score. Walkthrough going in, not quite getting the stun off. Gets stunned by Finn instead, and is going to pinch down to death. Crescent barely staying alive over there. And now Extra Toxic Boys are just slowly making their way up, getting kill by kill to get the position down. Crescent, Walkthrough with the insane super! Oh my goodness, what a...
ace.
Oh my goodness. That is the power of Fang. He just absolutely demolished everyone. Took them by surprise with the super and got a very quick team wipe. Oh my god. Jellyqueen. Did you see that?
My eyes, bless my eyes, because Walkthrough he's just the star of his team at this point. I think he had some amazing...
Look at the awareness. Oh my goodness. So aware. Every single little position moved by the enemy team. They're so aware, so ready to capitalize. And that's exactly what Walk did. The moment he saw Pam veer a bit too far to the right, he's like, oh, you're not going to catch this ball if I throw it up forward. And he did exactly that. Threw it up forward, super to the ball, and just walked it and just shot it straight in. Oh my goodness. Walk really the star player of that match there, Jess.
Very, very well played. And I mean, I think the support from his team was just like right on point as well. Like I saw such amazing passes. We saw like the Byron super. Everything was played to perfection, and I wasn't expecting such a clean 2-0 sweep from on Brawl Ball. Like when I saw Shafin on the Gale, I was like, "You guys better watch out." But to
It
no
could be
avail,
close.
he made his Gale look freaking weak over there. Like that was
No,
just
nothing against you, Shafin. It's
nothing
it's
against
the
you.
execution. Like you've been playing so well, that's why our expectations have been like up there, you know. And you are still a good player, but I mean, Toxic Spinners just proved themselves. They're not a force to be reckoned with. You know, from losing the first game to coming back these two sets in a row, I feel like momentum have started to sway in favor of Toxic Spinners. And now this could be the final set if they continue on this momentum as we go on to our final map, which is going to be, drumroll please, Hard Rock Mine.
Yes, Hard Rock Mine.
Hard Rock
I
Mine.
think Toxic Spinners are looking really fresh because they won Heist, they won Brawl Ball, and all of them had their star moments. You know, Zhengling on the Nani, walkthrough on the Fang, and you know I'm looking at what's next. I guess Hard Rock Mine Gem Grab, it could be a chance for a turnaround because you need to play Gem Grab out patiently. It's very different from Brawl Ball. You can't have a burst, you can't risk it to get the biscuit. You need to protect the gems at all costs. Like, it's a completely different strategy when it comes to gem grabs. So who knows, maybe extra toxic boys will be better at this, better at keeping the control, better at playing patiently, because that's what I've been seeing. They've hardly gone for like a burst push, you know. They've been playing very patiently all along. So this might be their upper hand.
They're super controlled, exactly like you pointed out, Jess. They're super controlled in the way they play. They take things step by step, one at a time. As you saw, like that goal they scored, it was like kill after kill after kill. They were going together as a team, slowly pushing up, getting that position and control. Whereas on the side of Toxic Spinners, they're like, if you make a single mistake and I can see that opportunity to punish you, I will punish you immediately and instantly. And that's exactly what we saw on the side of Walkthrough and his teammates as they, you know, collided. And their efforts converged together, especially as we saw that early goal in Brawl Ball there. So, you know, like you said, Gem is a completely different game. They're going to have to be protecting the Gem carrier, and they can't really go for such flashy plays unless they make a comp drafted in that style. So if they go with like a Max Gene kind of thing, they ban out Crow, and they go Fang kind of thing, they can stay the pace of the game as we go into our first set of Hard Rock Mine.
Alright, very classic Rico and Ruff's pushes, and they're on the same lane, so this should be quite a fair matchup, I would say. And having Jean, I'm kind of surprised. Why is Jean not in the mid? Why is Max the gem carrier?
I think Gene is mainly trying to farm his super right now. I think Max is a lot more punishing in the range of Byron. Once he's in that range where he can shoot Byron, he's a lot more punishing than a Gene Sprinkle might be. And yeah, he's just trying to get his pull as soon as possible. And now Claxon and Trishan looking to capitalize. Now we see the change in the pace. Looks like extra toxic boys are going for the more aggressive kind of comp. You know, Finn getting his gadget down is going to be a lot more HP and damage on the side of Trishan if he takes it. And Crescent now with 7 gems to 1. It's looking really strong for extra toxic boys. But Walk with an insane super, getting it back instantly. This is the power of Rico I was talking about earlier, Jess.
Lee.
And often he gets a nice pinch. Hey, he's back to full health. That's the power of Bounty Castle. Oh my goodness. How the tables have turned.
Indeed. Oh, I'm really shocked at Toxic Spinner's performance right now.
Yeah, but Trashant and Crescent together.
I realized that they do have the lead. They do have the 7 gem lead, 12 gem.
Oh, Crescent! Just not managing to get away thanks to Walkthrough Super, but Finn manages to win that duel, that close range duel. Trashang with the pull on Zhenglin. Unlucky super, which did not get the position of Finn, and it looks like the game is more or less over. Extra toxic boys, forgive me, take round 1 of Gem Grab. Looks like they're not out of this just yet, Jellyqueen. They're fighting their best to try and stay in this.
Things were looking real good when Walkthrough had that super, but somehow the push kind of crumbled there. Not really sure what happened. I wish we could watch the replay of that, but Okay, back into our second game. Hopefully things might be different. It seems like Awfully and Walkthrough have actually changed up their lanes. Gale taking on the Ruffs instead. It might be a good idea though, because Trashan trying to farm his super, but Walkthrough's gonna be a menace. I'm not sure. I feel like it's a back and forth at this point.
Yep, look at that gadget and squeeze by
go down.
Awfully. Looks like 4 of the brawlers on this map have gone down. They just went down so quick. But Zhenglin is walking all the way up to get the gem. So confident knowing that Trashan is low. Manages to get 4 gems, but he is low. And Crescent is going for the pinch here with Finn. This could be big. Crescent, is he going to pop his super? Yes, he does. Gonna continue that aggression. Trashan also has his pull. Gets the pull and walk. And walk falls. And that's gonna be very, very bad because now he's got a lot less walls to play around with. Trashan continuing to farm up in the middle. Awfully is trying his best to stay alive, but does eventually fall to Finn. And now look at Finn being a menace again in the bush. Trashan looking for a pinch. Oh my goodness. But the gems are fairly even.
Alright. No, I
Uh-oh.
don't really expected that.
Zhenglin, a bit of a missed position over here.
Wait.
But Awfully, if Awfully wins this interaction, nope. Not today. Looks like Trashan is going to be sped up to try and get the kill on Zhenglin. But Zhenglin actually is going to end up on top of that. But, you know, Finn is going to take the trade.
What's
It's going to
happening
be...
here, Aaron? What's happening?
It's just back and forth and back and forth. But now, all that extra toxic boys needs is 1 gem. Crescent gets it quick. Shift out of the way. Walk through falls.
Did you see that? Like,
Yeah, they all were. They were so aware.
power
That
positioning, yeah.
so aware and they're spinning. They know the game is over. Gem grab goes in favor of extra toxic boys.
Right there.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. It was just continuous pressure. I didn't even give you a chance to speak because it was just constant like trades and death. Oh my goodness. What was that game?
Just darting like left and right and left and right. I was like, walk through as a super. Okay, now he doesn't wait. He's dead. Oh, what? I don't know, Aaron, but I thought, you know, gem grab was gonna be patient, consistent, slowly get the gems. But no, we're wrong.
Nope.
Who knows? No, gem grab could have been more like exciting, like than Brawl Ball even. I think well played by both teams. Having walkthrough on the Rico was kind of insane, but also having Max, like there was so many times I thought Max was gonna die with his aggression, but I guess with the power of the shapeshifter and his super of speed as well, he manages to get away. He can like sneakily get the gems and get away, so it was really good. I would have loved to see more Jean supers despite there already being like some very crucial ones. There was this one point in the game where I think Jean was on the left side, and I think if they let the Byron take the gems and then they use the Jean super to get it there, it would have been a good play. But they use it for something else. I don't know. There's just
It's because the Byron didn't take the gems. He was like, if I take those gems, you're gonna pull me. And then he's like, he didn't take the gems. He just walked around to the side and tried to kill the Jean. And I think he succeeded in doing so. But he did get
decision
pulled.
making by the Byron over there.
Yeah, and he got pulled at the last second and then died to like Shafin. It was so messy. Oh my goodness. Like that was like so many back and forths. Anyways, what a game. We're all tied up 2-2. We'll be going into our final set, which is going to be Flaring Phoenix. We didn't get to talk about this map.
Yeah, we didn't, so I guess we can talk about it now. But this is how grand final should be, you know, moving on to like the 5th set. I think it would have been boring, it would have been underwhelming if we saw like a sweep. So yeah. I'm glad that we have such strong teams for the grand finals, and you know, knockout being Flaring Phoenix is such a tricky map to maneuver. Look at that little patch of a river there. Like, who do you think we played? Because
Eve.
Eve. Yep.
If I see a river, it's Eve.
Somebody should quote that. Yep. If I see a river, it's Eve. Quotes by Aaron. But yeah, probably an Eve, and we're almost at the end, guys. We're almost at the end.
We're down to our final set. It's gonna be close, I think. I mean, it has been so close. It's come down to a 2-2 situation. Final set, we're on match point for both teams. Whoever takes the set wins the entire thing. I mean, the drafts are gonna have to be extremely well thought out of, because knockout is one of those modes where it's more passive, and we're gonna be having some very intense final moments. I think that's what we're gonna be seeing here, Jellyqueen.
I think so too.
Yeah, anyways,
Have any speculations on who will win? Because now I'm at a standstill. I don't know anymore. I have lost all of my knowledge of it. It's gone.
I think it's gonna go in favor of extra toxic boys. Not because the better team, but because this is knockout and this is a game of patience and like control and like whoever overcommits first and dies, yeah, you guys lost. Yeah, so I feel like knowing how Toxic Spinners plays, they're gonna be a bit more aggressive when it comes to these kinds of things. And I feel like extra Toxic Boys are gonna know exactly how to punish it. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes as we go into our first round of match point. This is extra Toxic Boys versus Toxic Spinners 2-2, and the winners will be determined after this set.
Indeed, very well said. You know, the tortoise won the race, so we will see who manages to take the cake. A fat rocket on walk. Do you see how all of them were looking at him? We saw the homemade recipe, we saw the clip from Finn, we saw the fat rocket. Poor guy, he just went down in a heartbeat. But okay,
so aware. Like Trashan is on the other side of the map, and he's like, "Let's get him. He's out of position. Let's get him." And he's like, he fat rockets from across the map. That's such good teamwork and such good coordination. Looks like extra Toxic Boys will be taking round 1. Not yet, but soon.
Okay, yes, there
yes,
we go.
Round 1. There we go. Into our next round.
Very well said, Aaron. I think that Toxic Spinners kind of overcommitted there. They placed themselves in a position where they were able to be tagged by the Viper, and if she's using the ambush star power, oof, walk through dodge the bullet, especially since he was tagged by that bell. What is happening?
I feel like Zhonglin and Offlin really need to get the speed and punish the Brock or something right now because yeah, there we go with a punish on Finn. Zhonglin activating the bell trap as well.
Awfully, okay, did he change his name? Okay, Awfully manages to get that clip onto Trashan Crescent, the only one left.
Wow, what a turnaround. And now Toxic Spinners have all 3 supers online. They could easily make a play. The rough buff comes down as well. It looks like they're just gonna play a bit passive and wait until the clouds close in. I think that is the strategy for Toxic Spinners right now.
Indeed. I think what makes a strong team is adaptation, and seeing how Toxic Spinners kind of change their strategy in the the next round is like what, 30 seconds away. They changed that so fast. Very good adaptation by them. Walkthrough does have his super, but he does need the support from Zhenglin and Awfully to get a clip. And I see how Finn and the rest are very, very aware of this. They seem to be sticking together in case of that pull, so they can support it. I see extra Toxic Boys kind of inching their way up.
Yeah, you can see that they're kind of trying to capitalize on Walk's position, but Zhenglin and Awfully respond with the speed. Getting them all in the corner actually gets Crescent down, and I believe Trashan is also 1 shot away from dying. Finn trying his best to juke around, gets the pull. Oh, what a round by the side of Toxic Spinners. Oh my goodness. That was such a turnaround in pace, in everything. They were just waiting for the clouds to close in. Like I said, they're waiting for that smaller map to just really punish and capitalize on, the lack of range and the higher damage. And that's exactly what they did. Wow, I did not expect this from Toxic Spinners.
I did not expect that too. Maybe patience isn't a virtue. All you need is speed. So I love that go energy by Zhenglin. Okay.
Oh my goodness, catching Finn off guard, getting a double kill.
Yeah.
This is such a clean round on the side of Toxic Spinners. Oh my goodness. Are they gonna stomp their way into victory? I don't know. Oh my goodness.
No, but
Zhenglin now with his speed could be looking for the same opportunity to capitalize. I mean, if you think about it, Awfully and Zhenglin, as they just play passive, they're slowly gaining HP as well, which gives them a better advantage as the game goes into the later phase. And now we see, Crescent, Finn, and Trashan all trying to focus their shots into the mid, trying to scout them out and get a pick, because if they don't get a pick,
that's... allow it.
Yeah, that's exactly how they lose the matchup.
Walk through in the bush because he does have his super, so he creates a lot of respect and presence at the left side. But
oh my goodness, what a play! Zhenglin instantly capitalizing.
All for the go in, Awfully with the gadget.
Oh my goodness, what a stomp through from Toxic Spinners. How wrong was I proven, Jellyqueen? My goodness, 2-0 in knockout 2 Toxic Spinners. Congratulations, you guys are the WigglyCup Asia 2 Grand Champions. You proved yourself
Oh,
time and time again. I mean, the Brawl Ball set was so clean. This set was so clean. I mean, you guys deserve it, honestly. Well
yeah,
played.
I love that aggression. I was really agreeing with you there about how knockout you just had to be patient and controlled, but nah.
They played their own game.
True,
They
that's
played their own
true.
game.
Yeah, they really did play their own game, and it worked out in their favor. I don't think Extra Toxic Boys was expecting that, and perhaps having that Bell, Piper, Brock comp, you know, the mechanics are very similar. It's just a long range one shot, like sniper kind of brawler, so they couldn't really do much. So all three of them was just diverting their energy into shooting at that bush, but you know, it didn't really work out. There was no versatility over there.
Yeah,
Well
that's
played.
the word. I mean, huge awareness. Like Stunglin, do you see that one time where he like sneaked up all the way in front and it's like surprise, and he just surprise, and it's just like bye. He just like killed everyone. Oh my goodness! And a huge pull from walkthrough at the end. Each of the players having their own star moment. Wow, really well deserved win. Congratulations. Wow, what a day, Jellyqueen. What a day.
What a
Coming
day.
down to the final set.
Yeah, there was so much like awareness of the gene pool, but I think what they had to be aware about was actually Zhenglin with the speed. Like, who knew he would really be the force to be reckoned with? But okay, anyways, a really big congratulations. Let's take a look at the bracket one more time so that we can thank all of our participants for joining and signing up for our second Weekly Cup. It means a lot to us knowing that we have some international fans as well, like beyond Singapore. Like it just blows our mind that, you know, our little tournament has reached out to you guys. So yeah, we want to encourage you to sign up for our third and fourth, which will be coming up next month. Maybe we can show the slide of that.
Yes, we will be having, you know, Weekly Cup will be having tournaments twice every single month. And our next one will be on the 9th of April. Don't forget to write down these dates in your calendar. 23rd of April will be the following one. Take a screenshot, write it in your calendar, nail it, like write it on your wall, like scratch it on your computer monitor. Yeah, tattoo it on your arm, you know. Do whatever it takes. Don't forget these dates. 9th of April and 23rd will be our third and fourth Wiggly Cup. Hope to see you there. The prize pool will be $180 per month, or $90 per cup. And yep, don't forget to sign up via our sponsor, which is League Pass, and don't forget to join the Discord server as well for the full registration. We hope to see all the teams we've seen today there for the next one as well. Thank you everybody for participating. And I think a final show to shout out the winners and the second place. There we go. Congratulations to Toxic Spinners for taking first place with a prize of 60 SGD, and Extra Toxic Boys as well running up close second with 30 SGD. Congratulations, both of you guys played really well. Coming down to the final set, we've had an intense set of games today. Hope to see this level of competition next month as well. Any shoutouts, Jellyqueen?
Honestly, I feel like all of them played excellently. Like they had their vital roles and they clutched up when they had to. I guess, what can I say? Spin equals win.
Toxic equals to win. I mean, both the finalists are like toxic. Like, maybe that's maybe the next Wiggly Cup we'll see. All the team names include the word toxic or something like that, you know. That would be quite funny.
Yes, I think if I had a team, if I weren't casting, I'll make my team GG easy. That's how we do it.
That inspired by Valo, definitely that one. Anyways, I've been Aaron Brawl. Thank you for sticking by, and I have by my side, Jellyqueen.
Let's do a high five. Wait,
Okay, let's
like,
do a high five.
Okay, ready?
High five.
I didn't make my hand bigger.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Okay. High five, the casting duo. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We'll see you on the 9th.
Oh yes, oh correct. Weekly Spool, it is SGD. Oh wait, and then okay.